Welcome to the 4205 cast. The Kings are coming at you live, but you'll hear us on tape delay. Today, I have with me
Theo,
Chris,
Joe,
and I'm Andre. Looks like we've been away for a little bit.
just a bit.
Yeah, you know.
it's a small
Actually,
bit.
You know what? Before we get started, send us an email, 4205cast@gmail.com. Join the Discord.
Yes.
Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff.
Shout out
Also,
to 200.
Just getting
All that
the
stuff.
social media at the top of the episode. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, you know, we want to get people to send us emails. We want people to join the Discord. We have episode 200 coming out.
Yeah, we're going to push for a lot. Guys, if you really want to send us an email, it would be great if we had stuff to read out for 200. That would be amazing. We would greatly appreciate that.
We might take, a little longer to get it together.
And we'll try to supplement with some things in between, too, if it's running late. So just a heads up.
Yeah, check out the YouTube. We got some stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Joe watched a Nintendo Direct and did a little quick look on I was about to say Bravely.
It was kind of Bravely.
It was kind of Bravely. Tactical Bravely.
Triangle strategy. Project
yeah. That name was so stupid that I actually forgot it.
Yeah.
It's painfully dumb.
I love it so much.
But you forgot it.
Octopath Traveler was a pretty stupid name too.
And they had the project in front of it, and it was like, let's just take this project out.
It's the actual name. So
it's the final draft.
Yeah, we all know what's gonna stick.
Yeah.
Once they name something, like, even if it's like a tentative name, like people are just gonna call it this.
Yep.
But you know what? We're not calling anything the Dolphin or the Katana, so there's that.
I wish we had a system called the Katana.
Or the Dolphin. The Dolphin was such a great name.
Yeah.
It really was, man.
What does that mean, though?
Who cares?
It's the seafaring mammal.
What does we mean?
We're gonna have fun.
No.
We're gonna have fun.
Make up their own word. It's not even a word.
We and you gonna have fun. It's Mario trying to say, hey, we're gonna have fun.
We don't need to spell this correctly. We're just going to make it up entirely.
It was
2 I's, because back then I was a very important letter.
That's true.
It was lowercase I was very important.
It is the
all the buzz.
Infographic, yes.
Well, I equals 1, so
I equals 3.
I
is 2.
No, it's not. It's the square root of
imaginary numbers.
Square root of -1 times the square root of -1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure. Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Because you know how well I math, so.
Square root of -1 times the square root of -1 is just very imaginary.
Yeah.
Extremely imaginary.
But it's positive.
I knew that part. Oh man.
So how's everybody doing?
We've all been away for a month, so
really happy to see you guys.
Yeah.
I missed you guys. I miss you guys a lot.
Likewise.
I'm definitely feeling the funk because I realize it's coming up to a year, and I'm like, oh god.
You invited George Clinton over?
If only. If only.
If only.
We'd have a grand old party.
That's
Drive
right.
my neighbors crazy for a change. It would be amazing.
Oh, I didn't know you spotted GOP.
No. He brings in the funk. The other guy's bringing the noise. It's true. I do miss getting together with people.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels like isolation is the way of life now.
It is, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But we yet persevere on.
Have no other choice.
Thank God for video games. That's all I have to say. I have never been more thankful for video games in my life than I have this last year.
I'm actually been playing a lot of video games because of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, turn it on. Street Fighter sounds good. Absolutely. Oh man, so what else is new?
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it.
Don't talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it.
Don't want to talk about my month. Not here. Not on the podcast.
We'll talk about video games then. Video games.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't want to talk about video games either.
Video games are sometimes good.
You can find us on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes.
Dre, you can't go to bed yet. You can't go to bed yet.
I mean, like, we don't want to talk about games, so like, let's see when the fun.
I guess you don't either.
Nope, I don't, because the only game I've been playing has been talked about a lot already.
I want to hear your take on it.
We'll see.
Interesting.
What game can there be?
I know.
More Genshin Impact, probably.
Exactly.
Who wants to start us off then? Why don't we go crazy? How about Dre starts us off for once?
Wow. You've really
switch it up.
You really are just losing your mind, huh?
First of all, no. I'm the host.
Whoa. I tried.
I'm going to make that call.
That works for me, man.
So I'll go first.
Yeah, see?
That's right. Only because Dre said it.
Authority. With authority.
You said it or suggested it. God. I'm trying to... Okay. So I guess I'll just like...
Are you pulling up your achievement list?
No. Because I don't get achievements. I picked up 30 XDX.
Oh, like, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's early access.
Early access, yeah.
I had no clue that even came out yet, even in early access.
And you know, the thing that stuck out most to me when I saw it in the trailers was that it looked like it was fixing the thing that I really did not like about 20XDX, which was the like kind of Newgrounds era flash art looking graphics. And the way that I didn't really feel like they kind of stuck to the ground, you know, like it didn't feel like there was any weight to the game. But now they have some very nice looking slick sprite based art, and it looks beautiful, and the feeling of the game just feels so much better. And I don't even know if they actually made any significant like engine changes. Like it just feels like it plays better. Okay. I think that might just be because the art makes it look better.
Yeah. It definitely does look a lot better. Probably because they had some money to work with from their first game.
Yep. So, you know, it's the early access stuff. So it's 6 out of 8 levels are done. There's no Wily levels yet, obviously. The main draw that I can tell from this is that they give you a mega mode where you will play the game as if it's just like a normal Mega Man game. So you beat a stage and you will get a boss item, not like a choice of a boss item.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
You can save the run, and you won't like lose your progress if you die. You get booted back to stage select. You keep whatever you find. So it's like Mega Man X. You find your heart tanks, and then you die. You still have your heart tanks and things like that. I beat like 3 or so stages before I stopped playing in that mode, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I definitely enjoyed it, but I didn't want to go too hard on it because it's still like early access. It was literally like it just came out early access, so I don't want to like push it too much because I know it's going to be changing a lot. So I just wanted to just touch it, play it, see how it was. Like it's something that I figured that I was going to get, so I just said, let me just get it anyway. And, you know, see what it feels like. But I'm content on just waiting on it to come out like full release before I really play it again.
There you go. Like some of these games just have to. Like I remember 20XX, I was one of the early access adapters to that one.
I remember I played it with you too.
Yeah. There was some really crazy busted nonsense you could do in the early access version of the game. I remember getting like enough power ups to like go through the entire stage just like above everything. And just moving across the entire area in like just 5 seconds.
Yeah.
To the point where it was so difficult to get inside the boss room. Because you were moving so fast and jumping so high that you couldn't just have the precision enough movement to get into the boss room.
That's hilarious.
I actually have video of it. It was stupid, and they fixed a lot of those problems. I've been less into early access games because, frankly, I just have played too many, and I'm sick and tired. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of getting burnt out at a game that's not finished. That sucks. That sucks. So I
like Hades.
Well, Hades was when I picked up Hades.
It was done.
It was mostly done.
Mm.
It was mostly done. There was like a few things to add, but like the core of the game was all there. The only thing missing was some story elements.
Mm.
And I went back for that because sure, why not? And I still might do more of that. But
you can play that game for $100 and still not see all the stories. So
I mean, there's,
Wild.
There's like dialogue bits that are
dialogue, yes, yeah.
That don't really like focus on the central part of the story. It's just like fluff.
Mm.
But 30XX, I played the demo, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes once it releases.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I mean, I liked 20XX. The Switch port was kind of a mess.
Was it?
Really? Yeah. There was input delay.
I have the Switch port. I didn't really.
Yeah, I felt it.
I wonder if that's because of the engine that it was used to make it.
Possibly. It didn't. I remember touching it and it didn't feel good, and I was really upset because I was very excited to play that game on my Switch, and but it just didn't. Wasn't a great board. Unless maybe they patched it since then. I don't know.
It's possible. Dre, does it have the online co-op enabled?
I don't actually know. I didn't. It's not something I looked at yet because I was not even intending to play it online at this point.
Well, no, I think that was one of the things they were intending to implement.
Okay, that could be cool.
That could be really cool.
That could be awesome, actually. I like the online co-op.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, it has all the icons on it saying that it's online co-op, but I don't know if it's there yet.
Okay.
All right. All right, so 30XX. What else you playing?
I thought he told you he was the one answering the questions around here.
Well, someone's got to ask him questions too.
Dre, ask yourself what you're playing.
So the other things that I would like to know that I'm playing. Yes, I picked up Bravely Default. I play about 4 hours of it on stream today.
Nice.
2. Bravely Default 2.
Yes, the third Bravely Default.
Yeah.
Bravely Default 2.
And Layer EX Turbo.
Layer Cake.
That's a good movie.
It's there's something. Well, I guess what I feel like there's something off about it compared to the other ones, and that's because the battle system is not turn-based.
It's not snappy. Yeah.
It's a
ATB.
Kind of like it's kind of like ATB, but it's not really because it's wait mode ATB, except that the enemies kind of get to cheat and just go whenever the hell they want to a lot.
Yep.
So Yakuza Like a Dragon style.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that, I guess.
Okay.
But it's a little early in my play. Like I said, I only had 4 hours, but there was some stuff going on. Like one of the bosses I fought would just decide to go whenever the hell he want to and hit me for 1,000 HP, which was
fun.
Pretty much double what anybody had at that point. Almost. So it was just okay, what are you doing? Why are you so you just go whenever you want to? It's just one attack, go, one attack, go, one attack, go. And it's you want to calm down just a little bit, dude. You're just also counters stuff, and I was yeah, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna let my NPC handle this for me.
That's right.
I just went and got
Sloan, let him handle that shit,
and let my NPC just deal with the boss. And I just poisoned him. Really, Default is famous for poison being good, and it seems like it's going to be good in this game. So,
damn right.
We'll wait and see if poisoning yourself.
I was about to ask for poison reasons or for other things that poison does reasons.
Yes.
Well, poison does good damage in the other games too. It's just that
give you that BP if you know what you're doing.
It always feels good when you poison a boss. It always feels good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, any RPG, really.
As somebody who has grown up playing Final Fantasy, was my main major RPG. When I found out you could actually poison bosses in Persona and stuff like that, I was like, wait, this is not supposed to work against a boss.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's just look, you there's no reason to make the spells if they're not going to work when you need them to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
So I can, I think Final Fantasy, at least old Final Fantasy, was just way too restrictive in it. But there's something that was really good about Final Fantasy 13. You could debuff the shit out of anything.
Had a straight up whole class about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke about it.
I like it.
I spoke about it a bit when I played the demo. Coming off of the heels of the first Bravely Default, the battle system felt really restrictive in that if you haven't played Bravely Default, you could queue up your party members and have all of them pretty much attack in one go, but like kind of make functions for everybody, right? In the sequel, Bravely Default 2, you can't do that anymore, where you more or less do it for each individual character. So you do, if you want to brave 4 times and have them attack 4 times, you do that, and then it goes to the next character, then you set up their functions. And because of that, battles feel way more, I don't know, it doesn't, the good part about it doesn't feel as autopilot-y as before,
Mm-hmm.
but the bad part is it feels very slow in retrospect.
It's like one and done versus like queuing some stuff up.
Yeah, and I have to kind of get used to that.
And that's like your main difference from your classic turn-based.
Yes, that is the thing. Yeah.
To your Final Fantasies, where your turn is not guaranteed to happen when you expect it to happen.
Yes.
I think that basically the only thing that this game would have benefit from, well, I mean, there's probably a lot that I haven't encountered, but like the main thing this game would have benefit from was that the enemies actually have ATBs.
Yeah.
But they don't. They just kind of like pretend that they do.
Yeah.
It's like Guile walking forward and throwing a sonic boom. It's just
fucking
like
bullshit, man.
Like you're not fooling anybody. We know you're cheating, unless you're playing.
I don't know if this would have. I don't know if this. I don't know if this would have like made it not a Bravely game at this point. But I think they should have taken the turn order from Octopath.
Or it's just like yes, like this person's turn.
This person's
bombastic dialogue.
I think any ATB system should have a turn order gauge, so you could break it and interrupt it. Because at that point, what's the point? Because if an enemy could just be like, I don't know what that enemy's ATB is, so you just jump in front of me, and then like, wait, did you really have? Were you able to go, or did the computer just say like, yeah, just go and beat this fucking guy?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like the way Final Fantasy Tactics handled it would have been the most analogous, which is, your meter reaches the top and you can go, and then you can just take a second and pause and look through the unit list and see where everybody else's meter is at and determine who else is going to go. It does like give you a list of people that are going to go, but you don't want to look at that list because it was PlayStation 1, so it's literally just a list of names and it doesn't really tell you anything.
Yeah.
But like now, if they did that, it would probably have their portrait or their stats
and their ATB gauge on it underneath. Yeah,
you would see it. And I think this game probably would have benefited a lot from that, but it's early. I don't have anything that's busted yet. So
how do you Forge is pretty busted. How do you feel about seeing the enemies on the map as opposed to before where it's actually
I really liked the way that they did the battles, the opt-in battles, I guess you could say, in the original ones.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that they kept that. But
yeah.
I can understand that random battles are kind of like a dead thing in this day and age.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really wants to see random battles the way that they were handled back in the day.
I mean, we didn't want to see it back then either.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
Pretty much true.
Yeah.
But I think that they handled it extremely well in Bravely 1. I believe they used the same system in Bravely 2nd.
Yeah, they did.
I don't remember anything about that game. I think I played it to maybe like 50%, and then I was just like, I don't know if I like this game because I thought it was like really, I did not click with the dialogue. Just like I can't stand this game right now. But yeah, so far so good, and I look forward to seeing what can be broken because that was definitely the best part about it.
I think the two distinctive things about Bravely at this point, since we're in this third game, is how you break the system and the late game reveals that are like kind of monumental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Start looking for the clues right now.
Yeah, there's and they kind of give you a big one up front where you're like, oh, they just letting this hang out, right? Oh, all right. I mean, this shit's gonna get crazy later.
Yep. Can't. Still don't trust any crystals.
Definitely can't.
I don't know. Final Fantasy 14 told me to trust crystals again.
Oh, again. Because there was a point when they told you don't trust crystals.
Yeah.
It just came back around.
Let's see. Yakuza Like a Dragon is probably what I put the most time into.
What?
It's good. It deserves most of your time.
What?
Well, like I said, once I was done with Cold Steel, I was going to focus on that. So I finished Cold Steel. I believe I said this on air.
You were right at the final dungeon, the door. You didn't go inside.
I feel like he was playing Yakuza last time we had an episode.
So he started it.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's playing both in tandem, but you didn't talk about Cold Steel. Was the end hype? Was the end game?
On your left.
The Captain America pick up the hammer.
there was definitely an on your left moment.
Nice.
All right.
I mean, like, not
you
like
died in the first game. Why are you here?
It's not like people appearing out of portals or anything, but there was definitely the Avengers Assemble like moment at the end where it's just like cool. Yeah.
That's a good feel.
And now I'm ready for my Spider-Man Far From Home to come out in America, hopefully.
The epilogue.
Yeah, because I need to
Crossbell?
this. Crossbell was the 2-game miniseries that did not come out in America.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if I'll ever get to play them. Well, legally. There is an unofficial English patch that was made for that. Okay. Game. So if you have a PSP emulator, you can patch the game and play it in English.
Oh, that's exciting.
Pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I play Valkyrie Profile. That's bad for Valkyrie Profile. Valkyrie Chronicles 3.
Oh, the good one?
Yeah, the good one. You're right.
Not 4. Ooh, that's a yes.
4 is a weird game. 4, I got really over that storybook aesthetic. I was like, just a cutscene plays and you the cutscene plays. You come back out of the storybook and you go to the next scene. It's like, do you want to play this? I'm like, no, just play straight, man.
So the disc 2 of Xenogears, huh?
Yeah, it's like you playing a DVD and then after every chapter they just pop you out of the menu and be like, you want to play the next chapter? I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
It really is kind of obnoxious.
So Like a Dragon.
Like a Dragon. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's all right.
I'm like in chapter 10 now, and I haven't found new equipment to craft or buy in like 5 chapters. So I'm just like, am I ever going to have anything to upgrade?
I mean, I don't know how soon you got good equipment, but I had like really, really good equipment for many chapters.
Yeah. I had the best equipment that you could craft or buy in chapter 5.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I'm in chapter 10 and I've yet to find anything that
You'll-
can rival
The scale of that game is really weird because you'll fight enemies that are like 10 levels higher than you. You could beat them pretty easily, but then there are other enemies that are like 2 levels higher, and you're like, oh shit, they're about to fuck my shit up.
Yeah, it's super weird.
It's weird.
Nothing about this game is difficult until the very, 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 very post-game end.
So you're saying the scaling of the game is just as nutty as Ichiban?
He's actually really down to earth. He's not.
Yeah.
Have
he's
you
like a pretty cool normal guy.
Yeah. Have you fully upgraded the upgrade station?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, you've been doing some Soban crackers, some management shit.
I've been sitting on like 30 million.
Easy, yeah.
It's like there would be no reason for me to even attempt to learn how to play Mahjong because like
You get so much money from that fucking Soban place,
like
man.
all I do is just like press X, hold down R2, press X, hold down R2, press X, hold down R2,
Yep.
do a fake battle, 3 million yen.
Yep. I love
Like
that.
minutes.
I love that not the management battle. Is it the management battle? That's what it's called? The shareholders meeting. I love that is in the vein of old Dragon Quest, where you see the enemies on the screen.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
That's amazing.
I fucking love that game so much.
Did you complete all the quizzes?
Yes.
Good. So you have the guy. You have the best shareholder guy.
Is he? I don't know.
His attack is super high and it's super cheap.
I have the former head of the company has like 1,000 attack. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't really matter at this point.
The little kid from his sub story is really good.
Like, I have all of these characters, and I'm just like, I don't even need to have all of you. This is
Yeah.
like I just started releasing gold level people.
Yeah, like,
I
get out of here.
don't want to pay you to sit on the bench. Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
I have enough money to.
Yeah, I have enough money too. Also, I'm sitting on like 11 billion or some bullshit like that. And it's just like, didn't we buy this spot for 10 billion? Like, I could just pay for that, like straight out now, and still have $1 billion. Like,
easy.
I love how the chicken is never not useful though.
My guy omelet, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The chicken was in my battle party for that up until the very end, when I finally got somebody who was just like, okay, I think this guy is better than the chicken. his attack takes 6 as opposed to the chickens whose take like 5 or 4.
I think, yeah.
I was just like,
So, yeah.
all right, well, he does so much more damage and it only costs 1 more. Fine, the chicken will go. Chicken was also like in my properties for like almost all the game until like the very end. And I finally found something that had more. What is it? Service? Is that
Service? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayla was playing that section of the game, right? And she doesn't really know of Yakuza's can I say craziness. So she was like, there's no way I'm gonna put a chicken in my party. And I was like, yo, just put the chicken in your party. And she steamrolled it. She's like, why is this chicken so good? I was like, because it's Yakuza.
It's Yakuza.
Bronze unit, by the way.
Probably found it bowling or something.
Fucking Yakuza.
So
good shit.
Nice.
I ran through the underground. I don't know. I feel like there's more to it than what I'm allowed to see at this point.
There are other dungeons.
I ran through it and I beat the boss like in like my mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a couple of tries because like he literally could one-shot me.
Yeah.
But after I was able to get a good turn order, I was able to take it out without a problem, and then and just go through it so that I can basically reset the metal slime to level up some jobs.
Yep.
So like my characters are all like low to mid 30s, and nothing really is challenging except for the fact that my weapons kind of suck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I get a character and give them like I raise them like 6 levels and get them like 10 job levels, and they're basically doing the same damage that they were doing before I leveled them up because I don't have good weapons anymore. Well, I have good weapons. It's just that they don't feel like they're consequential.
Well, yeah, maybe you should go to Chinatown. That big Chinatown shop has a lot of.
I literally bought the entire shop.
Okay.
I bought the entire shop in Chapter 5.
Okay.
If something is not in that shop, I crafted it. Right. That's just how
it never sell anything in that game. By the way, I'm sure you already know. Never sell anything.
I don't sell anything in RPGs. No. Come on now.
Very true. How you liking the story so far?
The story's pretty good. I feel like I hit something that I looked at it and I'm like, that's really contrived.
I like that game a lot, but there is a point where the master reveal came about, and I was like, everything had to go exactly right for this to work out, and it's really stupid.
Yes,
but you kind of have to just like, okay,
that's just what it is.
I'm like, look, I'm not gonna let this one stupid thing detract from my enjoyment of the rest of this.
Yeah, the same way.
As long as it didn't completely ruin it for you, then it's probably fine.
It was bad enough for me to go like, oh, really? You were doing so well up until this point.
Yeah.
Well, like, I can think of maybe one thing that was a storyline reveal that made me stop playing a game.
Wait. Star Ocean till the end of time?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, this is fucking dumb. And
that
I'm
was
not
the
playing
worst
this game anymore.
That was one of the worst reveals of all time.
I wasn't there for that reveal, but I know it in retrospect, and I think it works today.
Sure, like, I guess in the post Matrix
of course, because
world
fucking
or something.
I get it.
Feels bad, man. Seriously.
The problem is they expanded it to the whole series, and it should just
be been that one game.
Yes, if it was just that one game, nobody would have been as mad.
Yeah,
but they did it to the whole series, and that was like the worst feeling.
I've never played one since then.
Why would you?
It peaked at 2, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's mostly what I have. I'm sure there's other stuff.
That's the meatiest what you play in segment you've ever had, I think.
I know. Well, when Dre's a full month to play games, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Maybe he should go first from now on.
Nah. Keep me honest.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, no, right? So I fell down the dumbest rabbit hole I have fallen down in some time. That is, I started playing a bunch of modded old fighting games on Fightcade. Yeah, it's stupid. Like, there's a whole there's discords devoted to like each one of these games, and there's like a hub discord too that like has like subsections of all the communities. Like, I discovered a champion edition of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters for Super Nintendo. I got everything working on 5K now. I can play anything. I got Rumblefish 2 working. I got like all this other shit, and the most fascinating thing to me, I also started playing Fourth Strike or Forward Strike or whatever the fuck it's called from 2013.
It's like a Street Fighter 3 patch that nobody asked for.
I mean, yeah, some people asked for it, and that's how this happened. This happened because there was a group of people who there was a subsection when Anniversary Collection, when Anniversary Edition came out, right? When the one that came out for the PS3. Some people in Outer Galaxy wanted to rebalance the game, or apparently there was an overwhelming number of people who said, "No, don't. It's fine. It's perfect." I love Third Strike. I think it's an incredible game.
It is not perfect.
It is. No fighting game is perfect. No fighting game is perfect. You can always balance a fighting game differently. And you could see the barest hints of it when they did something in the dip switches that wasn't in the original Anniversary Collection release for the PS2. They had a dip switch that turned off whiffing normals to build meter. And I had a feeling that if they were going to make any change, that was the one they would have made, because it wasn't in the original dip switches. Mm-hmm. It's like, they put that in there, so they actually wanted to do that, right? So that's like the hint of that. Anyways, this edition, the original version of it was released in 2011, and then they released a 2013 version. And the 2013 version is actually available to play on Fightcade. Mm-hmm. So you can play it as its own separate thing. They've like buffed a bunch of the characters. They've nerfed some of the others, but they mostly buffed and changed things, and it's really fun. And it's just like fun to goof around and seeing like, Sean feels like a real character now. There's like an extra version of him for some fucking reason too. And like, it's just all this silly, crazy shit. I even plunked into like the Sailor Moon S hack they've made too.
But they put Raphael in.
Yeah, they put Raphael in.
Chris showed me all this shit. I'm like, man, you and I play fighting games very differently.
I mean, like, I just was curious. Yeah. This was just a curiosity thing, and I just fell down a horrific rabbit hole, all because I played Fourth Strike.
It was a bunch of really it was a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah,
But I didn't have more fun than when you just watching you play arcade mode in Rainbow Edition. That was
the best. Yeah. Which is also available to play on Fightcade. You can play Rainbow Edition.
Rainbow Edition.
Yep.
Rainbow Edition is playable. Street Fighter 2.
Complete with Vega crawling on Ken's boat.
Pressing start in the middle of the match to change your character.
Yep.
Everybody has a fireball. I will show this to you later. It is incredible.
Wait, Thea, have you never seen Rainbow Edition?
No, I haven't.
You need to see this, and I'm going to be there for it. And we're going to do it right after this.
A little bit of context for that is Rainbow Edition was a hacked version of Champion Edition that got distributed somehow worldwide. Mm-hmm. Right? Somebody made a ROM hack of it. Okay, and it inspired Capcom to make hyper fighting.
Really?
Because you could do hurricane kicks and Hadoukens and all this other shit in the air, and that's the reason you could do hurricane kicks in the air in hyper fighting. And they gave Chun-Li a fireball because of this game.
Yeah.
Like that game is responsible for hyper fighting.
When you say distributed, you mean like on carts?
There were machines.
Arcade cabinets all over the place.
Yeah. There were cabinets distributed.
Oh, yeah. You could walk into random bodega. It would be right there.
Yeah, it would. That's where I played it.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a thing. It was a thing.
I mean, it was no fun if you wanted to play your friend in Street Fighter. But if you wanted to just fuck around in Street Fighter, it was good shit. Because
it's a fireball fight. The game boils down to how many Sonic Booms or Hadoukens can you throw.
Fill the screen with the most crap you win.
Sometimes you throw one fireball and you just throw a wall of fireballs.
Yep. Yeah, and sometimes you can do a Shoryuken and a wall of fireballs comes out.
Yep.
And
then they start moving up and down the screen in waves and
homing fireballs. It's nuts. I will show you later. It's incredible.
You should see this. It's ridiculous.
So
throwing fireballs with a 100-hand slap. Because why not?
You can. Blanca's electricity throws out a fireball on the floor that sweeps you.
Everything throws Hadoukens. Everything.
It's insanity.
Everything throws Hadoukens. Every single thing.
Great.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so good.
It's dumb.
It's so stupid. I love it.
I love it.
I love it so much.
It's
so
awful.
So that you can play on Fightcade if you want. Like you can play like the Gundam fighting game from Super Nintendo on Fightcade. Like, there's so much shit available to play on Fightcade.
I own that game.
It's a great game. Do you have like a physical copy of that game?
Yeah, I do.
It's a great fighting game.
Yeah, I saw it in Japan and I was like, this is a Gundam Super Nintendo game.
I'm jealous because I unironically love that game. That's one of my favorite Super Nintendo fighting games.
I will fucking give it to you. I don't.
Thank you. It's fucking great. I'll happily take it off your hands. I love that fucking game. That game is Endless Duel. That's the name of it, right?
I guess. I don't know.
The game is fucking awesome, dude. Anyways, so like that was a fun little distraction. SNK versus Capcom Match of the Millennium came out for the Switch.
The Neo Geo title.
The Neo Geo Pocket
Color.
That game still feels good to play. I mean, if you guys have any of you ever even touched a Neo Geo Pocket Color?
No.
All right.
I'm lying. I felt the octagonal game.
The little stick.
Yeah, it's really good.
It feels really good. I remember playing that game back. Tim had one of all people on this earth.
She was surprised. Tim
had a Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Tim had hardware?
Tim had hardware. Well, Tim was not a Neo Geo guy.
Who was?
Nobody.
Me.
You were? You had a Neo Geo, then you were a Neo Geo guy.
The only person I've ever met with a Neo Geo, I met him later on in life. Still the only person I know with a Neo Geo, actually. But yeah, so anyways, it came out, and this game, the amount of love that went into this fucking game is incredible. Mm-hmm. Like Kyo and Ryu's intro might be better than their CVS 1-2 intro. Because they're both charging up, and then they start swinging at each other, and it ends with an elbow, and they Ryu does the Jodan, and Kyo does a kick, and they just break apart. And you're like, what the fuck? This game, there's so much love and tongue-in-cheek humor for poking fun at each other style shit in this game. Obviously Dan's in the game because he has to be, and Ryo is in the game because of course he is.
Dan's in the game.
And there's so much neat shit in this game, and if I have any complaints about it, it's really hard to unlock characters because you have to beat the game.
No, sorry, you have to unlock characters in that.
Oh yeah, and super moves.
Oh yeah,
you have to unlock characters and super moves.
Okay,
everybody has one extra super you can unlock, But it forces you to play the game, and that like I'm thinking when this game was made, I'm like, okay, they just want you to play the shit out of this game. And there's a bunch of mini games that you play to unlock the supers. They have like the Olympics where you can play survival mode and you can play a first strike mode where you have to beat 10 characters in a row, all with first hits. And there's a bunch of mini games. There's like a Metal Slug shooting mini game.
Okay, cool.
On the SNK side, on the Capcom side, there's a Ghosts and Goblins mini game. Like it's and like Karin's the manager for the Capcom side, and Rimaruru's the manager on the SNK side. Like it's just like all this really awesome shit, and there's characters that have sprites that aren't even in the game, but they're just there. Like when you're going through the story mode, there's character interactions, right? Where like your character is like, oh man, got the finals tomorrow, and blah blah blah, right? And then like Billy Kane will show up to jump them. Right? And
Hey!
Or if you're on the Capcom side, Vega will show up to jump them. And they're not even in the game. Their sprites are there. it's so silly.
Somebody needs to make a rainbow edition of that.
Oh my God, and like just like the character interactions, because like obviously there's no spoken word, but there's a bunch of like dialogue at the bottom of the screen, and everybody just talks shit to each other, and you get to like, you know, you just have like a translation for it. Sometimes it's bad and terrible because it's SNK. So like there's charm to it, of course. And this game existing on the Switch just really made me happy. Mm-hmm. Because this game was trapped on the Neo Geo fucking Pocket Color since
really cool.
Since 2001.
Remember, God, it was that fighting game that came on the Switch that looked exactly like this.
Pocket Rumble.
Pocket Rumble.
Yeah.
What was it inspired because of?
Pocket Rumble was entirely inspired by all those SNK fighting games on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. It was entirely made in the vein of these games. So I have that on the Switch, and I have the games that inspired it.
That's cool.
It's really fucking cool, and I've been playing a lot of that because I'm trying to unlock all the characters, and it takes a long time. I played the Guilty Gear Strive beta.
There you go.
That's out soon, right?
April.
I think late April, right?
I played it on my PS5 with wired connection. The online for that game is fucking perfect.
Cool.
It's fucking perfect. I didn't play as much as I wanted to. I just didn't have a lot of time because my current classes essentially mean I'm writing like minimum one paper a week. And last week I had like 2 or 3 papers to do. So like that was, you know, I played when I could.
I don't know how people handle that.
You just do it. Just do it.
Not me.
You just do it, man. You just fucking do it. I mean, I can write them easier now, but like, because the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. It's just a matter of like, oh, okay. I just need to devote time to it, and you know, Guilty Gear paid the sacrifice. But I played some of it. Kai has a Dragon install, and I am a happy man because I had a lot of fun using Kai. I played Giovanna. I want to like her more. She's just punch and kick girl, unfortunately. The wolf does not play in as much as I was hoping it would.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. It feels like a waste of a design.
Wait, you don't like punch and kick girl?
I love punch and kick girl. She's great, but like, I just the wolf is there, and it's an odd choice that she has this giant green beast that just kind of hangs around her. It's essentially her scarf. Like she doesn't like he doesn't. You know, I wanted Poppy, and I got a scarf.
I love scarves. I'm an American.
It's not red though.
It's not red. It's green.
Yeah.
So it's not as cool.
What's the alt X's plasma scarf to green?
Oh, the wolf changes color in her alts. So
all right, good. So there's a red one.
Yeah, there's a red one. So like she's okay. Like I wasn't as impressed by her gameplay. She's still fun. Potemkin is a fucking problem.
So Potemkin, cool.
No, Potemkin was like bad in like Accent Core.
Well, apparently the lead designer, or at least the person who not necessarily Daisuke is obviously heading up a lot of this, but like apparently the person who is in charge of designing a lot of the combat in this game really likes grapplers. And it's like, bro, stop that. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, you have to play a different game when you play grapplers. I'm like, you've always had to play a different game.
Yes.
Because when you're playing a grappling character, you were playing a different fighting game than the rest of the cast. When a grappling character is really good, you have to learn to play a different fighting game against that character. That's just how that goes. Like, I think of when you're playing, like, for example, an easy one to think of is actually Vanilla Zangief was nuts. He was really good.
Mhm.
He lost to Ryu and Sagat, but the rest of his matchups were fine. He got zoned out.
Which vanilla Zangief?
Vanilla Street Fighter 4 Zangief.
There you go. Yeah.
Sorry.
I
said vanilla. I should have said Street Fighter 4. Sorry about that.
Street Fighter 2 Zangief is like...
No, he's terrible.
Are you Guile? Are you Dawson? No, then you lose.
Exactly. And you lose. So vanilla Street Fighter 4 Zangief was nuts. Ultra Zangief is pretty nutty too.
Zangief stayed pretty good throughout that game's history.
I think his weakest iteration, like they overcorrected a little bit in Super. He's on the weaker side in Super. Red Focus made him a problem.
Yeah.
Because red Focus essentially means you just had to, if you had full bar, you just had to guess once, right? One green hand, Red Focus, suplex, and then you're in their face and you're in the corner.
And then you're in the
like,
blender.
oh god.
Then you're in the blender.
And you're in the corner and Zangief is in front of you, and that's a problem. so like it's always funny to see that sort of thing. I think, and the damage is very high in this game, but guts is still a factor, right? Because like you have that first combo where you're like, oh, I just like missed that, hit that, I got hit by that jump in, and like, oh, there goes like a third of my life, or if they're good, like half your life, right? But because it's Guilty Gear and it's guts, it's not really half your life. So because like
there's more points in the bottom of your life bar than the top.
Exactly. So like your life bar is a lie in Guilty Gear, right? And that still holds true. Gatling is there; it's just not as prominent. Like there's no more like jab strings. Essentially, Gatling exists in the characters have you can press strong slash heavy slash, and that's your Gatling. And that's everybody. That's the Gatling that mostly every character has now. It's unfortunate, but like I don't know what else to tell you. I think I realized I don't miss normal Gatling in Guilty Gear because while yes, it did enable a insane amount of freedom, I feel like it never led to big damage ever anyway because of damage scaling. Jabs never led to any big damage in Guilty Gear ever.
Nope.
Unless you were Milia doing some 100 hit combo with maximum execution, and even then, like that taps out at like you're doing so much work to do like a third of their life bar.
It's no different than Street Fighter, really. It's the question is how many fierces can you get into this combo?
Yeah, it's the same thing, and like Guilty Gear still feels the same. Like it feels a little bit snappier now in terms of how long the rounds go. And I think that's why they implemented the changes they did. It doesn't feel as crazy. They nerfed wild throws damage. It's still really good from Soul, but like there are definitely like there is a simplification that's happened, but there's still so many mechanics in this game still. Like it still feels good to Roman cancel. Like Roman cancel still feels fucking fantastic, especially when you do it right. And there's a way to like do it a bit more precisely. Like there's still two kinds of it, and you could still do the thing where you throw out a beam super like with Ramethal, and then you fucking hit Roman cancel, and the beam super is just hanging out on the screen while you get to dash at them. Like it's still Guilty Gear. I was worried they were going to take too much of it out, but most of it's still there. It still feels like Guilty Gear. Is it the same as Xrd? No. Is it the same as Plus Art? No, but it still feels like Guilty Gear to me. So I still feel like the game's identity is there. And there was a lot of hesitation, but yeah. So Guilty Gear was great. The online was wonderful. I played people. I went to the Japanese lobby like everybody else did and checked it out. So that was great. So Guilty Gear was great. And I also started playing Valheim.
As 4 million other people has.
That's
if not more.
That's a game, let me tell you.
It's a video game
for like the next month, and then everybody will get tired of it.
I'm curious to see how long it'll last. The map is nuts. Like it's so big, it's insane. That game is very tiny. It can probably run on a calculator. And it's like I had a community to start with, so I've been enjoying myself. I imagine if I had to, do all the work in building that community, I would have probably not enjoyed myself as much.
What kind of game is it?
It's a survival game. It's like Ark, but like it's survival like Ark. It's like Ark meets like World of Warcraft a little. It's very weird game.
With Vikings, correct?
Yeah, it's like Viking. It's Viking Minecraft is another way to describe it too.
Viking Minecraft.
All the building that you do.
Okay.
And I will have more to say about it at another point, but like so far, I'm enjoying myself. And like I said, I had a community to jump into with it, so I had fun that way. So yeah, so that's where I'm at.
I love how it looks.
It's interesting. I hated it at first, and now it's kind of grown on me. Mm-hmm. So because I thought it looked like shit at first, I'm like, this looks bad. Mm-hmm. But like, there's like stuff in the game that randomly makes it like everything is consistent. It's stylistically consistent.
Yeah.
And like once you see that consistency to it, and like the world itself is actually kind of pretty. So yeah. So I'm enjoying it so far. But I will dig deeper. I've only been put about 10 hours into this game. So that's where that's me.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe, what do you got?
Well, I think I'm done with the tactical RPG craze that I've been going through.
Oh, it took you like a year.
Yeah, right? Just about. Like, I've pretty much played
the Western variety.
Yeah, well, I mean, sure. Maybe altogether for now. Like, I don't think I can handle another one. After Wasteland 3, I just... Like, I played through the game 2.5 times. Like, halfway through my third playthrough, I'm like...
What am I doing?
What am I doing? I've seen everything here already. I did a few other things, and I was on the highest difficulty. And I could have pushed through the finish, but I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, if you're done, you're done, man.
Yeah, and I struggled for a stopgap between games because there was really, like, the end of February is where all the good shit was, but like the middle of February was just like a dead zone for me. I was playing some real arcadey stuff. Like, I found this stupid game called Tesla versus Lovecraft. That was just some twin stick arcadey mindless.
I've heard very solid things about that.
Yeah, it's not bad. It'll get you through an hour if you're looking to kill some time, but there's really not much to it, and yeah, not a lot there. But I was looking at this game that was in early access that just exited called Curse of the Dead Gods that I didn't really want to jump on. Because I'm like, I'm tired of Hades. Why would I jump into something that's exactly like Hades?
I thought you were playing Hades the other day.
Yeah.
When we were talking, I was like, is that Hades? No.
Yeah.
It just looks exactly like Hades.
It's the first game I've found that I think I can consider Hades-like. If this is a thing now.
It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, if Souls-like is a thing, maybe Hades-like could be a thing. But this is...
likely.
There doesn't seem to be very much to it, but the game is difficult enough and slow on the grind that I think what little there is can really last a pretty decent amount of time. Like, I've gotten pretty ham into this already. You start off, you're going through this ancient temple is the premise. I don't think there's any story to it. At least I haven't seen very much. There's like 3 wings to this temple. There's like 3 deities that each have a wing to the temple, and you're going through it. But each time you go through it, you get like corruption from going further and deeper into the temple. You start getting cursed, and like these curses do have like negative effects, but some of them can be to your benefit. Like, they give you certain power ups and certain downgrades at the same time. So I was like, maybe I want them, maybe I don't. I think the main mechanic that's different from Hades is that there's like a light system to this, where you can fight enemies in darkness, and they don't see you as well, but you take like a lot more damage from being in the dark. Or you can fight in the light, and you can see the traps around you, and you can use the environment to your advantage. But like, light is very fickle in this game, and light sources get extinguished very easily. So after a while, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fight in the dark all the time, and just have my torch out while exploring, so I don't stumble into some stupid trap or whatever. The combat is, you have like 3 different types of weapon. You have a main hand, you have a secondary weapon, there's like a 2-hander you've got. Each of them has a charge attack, and they have unique properties for each weapon type. And the 2-handers are really slow, and you have trouble dodging and parrying with this. And the dodge and parry mechanics are pretty solid, but I don't like the parry mechanic. No, I like the parry mechanic. What I don't like is the parry indicator.
It's not accurate.
It's not like it's not accurate. It's misleading. Like they'll have this enemies that have the parryable attack will have this little white flash on the screen that's very visible and very easy to see. But I'm used to reacting to the spark. So the spark happens, I'm like, oh, I got to parry now, right? And then like the attack will get like delayed, or it'll be like some weird animation, and it feels so bad to miss a parry in this game.
I remember when that would happen in the Batman games.
Yeah,
like sometimes a goon like they'd get like the flash around their head, they'd attack, and you push the button, and for some reason there would be some delay, like another enemy would get in front of them, and it would like just fuck your timing up enough to mess you up.
Well, it's not quite like that. It's like they'll stagger the attack, or like they'll attack at an awkward time, and like I've been hit with like the same attack 1,000 times. You think I'd be used to it by now? No, I'm not. This basic ass enemy I just always get hit with. It's driving me crazy. I'm pretty ham into this game already. I've had it for like a week, and I keep going back to it because it's still fun. But I don't like a lot of the weapon types, and that I don't see myself playing this for very long. Especially since there's only a few weapon loadouts that I really enjoy playing with. So like I think that is part of the detriment of the game, where it's just not a lot feels very good, and things don't really work together very well. There's not a lot of synergy to it.
That's not a good thing.
And you can get pretty far in a run with like non-synergistic weapons, but like there's always going to be this one part that's like, well, my weapons don't have any synergy, and I can barely scrape through this, and you'll get right there and you'll be like, well, that's it, I'm done, because I can't do any damage, and I don't have the tools I need to beat this one part. But you make a little bit of progress, and it's very slow going. So they don't.
I was just about to ask. Every time you lose, do you like at least gain some type of ability?
A little bit. There's like 2 types of upgrade items. There's like crystal skulls, which unlock perks, and green like emerald rings, which unlock weapons. But the amount of weapons that you unlock don't really seem very good. Like, they don't really work very well with each other. There's not a lot that works very well with each other. And not a lot of things that really make that much of a difference. Like, okay, this one can score a critical hit when you are behind an enemy. Like, how often does that happen? You can't control that. And this one is like, this one does 2 hits instead of 3. I'm like, well, I don't like this weapon at all, so why would I even use it? So it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. And I think the weapon design could definitely use an overhaul. And I wish things were a little bit more worth using, because you start with some really shitty equipment, and like unlocking that equipment takes a lot of time, and then unlocking to the point where you can start with that equipment is like, you might as well be done with the game at that point. You might as well be done with it.
Have you finished the run yet?
Have I what?
Have you finished the run yet?
I've finished a few.
Okay.
Like, you start off, there are 3 wings of the temple, you go through the first wing of each one, and then you go up, and there's like another wing that you go through, you fight a second boss, and then there's like another tier after that where you go through the entire thing, and I have gotten to the end boss of each temple at least once, and I still haven't won, usually because of the lack of synergy thing, and because of the shitty parry timing. Which is pissing me off, but there you have it. I mean, I got a lot more stuff to play. I got, Bravely Default 2 came out. I'm going to go through Crosscode again because the Epilogue DLC just released for that.
That did come out.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
I bought Crosscode for the Switch.
Yay!
And I will probably start it sometime this week.
Yay!
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I figured I wanted to tell you that.
Okay. I wonder if they fixed all the problems on the Switch, but it should be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's good, serviceable.
I heard it's fine. I heard it's not like
it's fine. Yes, it's
not bad.
It's just not as it's not as amazing as PC port, but it's totally fine. Like shit could get hectic in that game, and it might slow down just a bit, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't have a lot on my plate right now. I'm just really looking forward to a couple of things that are coming out in the next few weeks, and things that have come out yesterday that I'm looking to play as well. There was like a Metroidvania that had released. What was it called? Do you remember the name of it, Chris? I told you about it. Foregone, that was it. Thank you. Yeah, that comes
I
out.
downloaded the demo.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet, but I have it downloaded.
That game has good potential to be fun.
Reminded me of Sundered from its visuals.
It does have a very Sundered visual to it. But,
yeah, it reminded me of Sundered, which is a good thing.
I liked Sundered a lot.
I know you did.
I liked Sundered a lot.
I remember you were a big fan of that game.
Yeah, so this one, the demo was really fun. I'm looking forward to playing that. But I hope there's more because I don't have a lot on my plate and don't have a lot to look forward to. So what I get next is the last.
I know you got a whole ass JRPG, but you know.
Yeah, I do have a whole ass JRPG. You know what I was looking at? I got Battletech a while back, which is like the Mech Warrior tactical game.
Oh, that game is awesome, except when they get into like the dialogue and it's just like what's the game that talks so much? With the detectives.
You'll need to be more specific.
Astral Chain?
No.
It's gotta be a game that only Theo played. So.
Yeah, Theo, you're telling us one of your games here.
Joe beat it. He hates it.
Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium. So it has incredible amount of dialogue, and it is not voiced. And it is.
Oh, it's just a book in front of you.
All right.
Wall of text.
And it's kind of a tactical. It's not as much as Mech Warrior as you think it is. It's more tactical, tactic based.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, another tactics title game. I was looking at it. I'm like, I really don't want another tactical game right now.
Yeah, battles are fun as fuck, but that dialogue.
And then at some point I'll have Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
it was made by the Divinity guys.
Exists.
I mean, it exists. There's a level for it. There's a whole entire stage for it, but
it'll exist one.
I'm not paying $60 to get tired of an early access game.
Right, like I feel like that game has been early access for a little while now, and they haven't really updated it outside of the first area.
I mean, I don't think they were going to. I think they just put that out there and are going to just release the rest of it. But I don't know. Whatever. Like I said, I could use a little cooldown period from tactical RPGs. If nothing else, I'll have like Zelda races to fall back on and do every once in a while. When the times line up. My schedule got a little bit more hectic.
Oh, there's a new tournament starting soon. So.
There is. I'll be on that. I'm not sure how well I'll do, but I'll be in that. Yep. So nothing really exciting for me.
You'll make brackets.
I'll make brackets, I think, unless I get really unlucky, and I've known to be really unlucky.
You'll make brackets.
Okay. I like you have faith in me. That's good.
Someone's gotta.
It's not even a faith thing. It's the fact that you're just like literally a better player than most people are, and all you have to do is literally just play the game, and you will just
qualify.
Okay, you will qualify.
Okay, we'll see how far I can get.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. I got nothing else because that's it.
Cool.
Theo.
Oh, I'm the last one.
Finish it off.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Switch up once in a while, you know.
This is where he tells us he has nothing. We should just move on.
Bullshit. He's playing mad games right now.
Playing mad games. I'm just gonna talk about one though.
You're violating the position, man.
I'm just gonna talk about one. A lifetime ago on Steam's Lunar New Year sale, I just happen to have Steam open, and just occasionally I have it open and let the weekly stuff like run through so I can see if there's anything interesting. So one day as I was doing work, I happened to like glance over and saw this screenshot of this game that I was like, this looks kind of interesting. And it kind of reminded me of when you go to like a video rental store and you look at a box art, you're like, yeah, let me look at this fucking thing. You look at the back of
this shit out.
This looks terrible. This box art though looks awesome. So it's usually stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? Let me see what this is. So I clicked on it, and I was taken aback by how incredible this game looks. And that game is Gyugen 3, which for the duration of this I'm going to call Sword of Legends 3. Um, it is a Chinese RPG, right? And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, how did I not know that this game existed? Because
It's Chinese.
So I'm pretty open about like, you know, what I will play. So I like to keep my ears close to the ground to see what I'm gonna play next. And I've never even seen that this game existed.
Well, yeah, but like you see a lot of Chinese games on Steam, but you don't hear a lot of people talking about them. They don't get much press.
Yes. So I'm looking at this thing and it came out in 2018 and I'm like, I'm watching the trailers and I'm like, this thing looks absolutely stunning. It looks like a Chinese Final Fantasy. So I'm like, okay, what is going on right now? So it was on like a deep sale and I think I got it for about like $6. So I was like, if it's terrible, like I'll just look at this thing, right?
Yeah, you'll eat it. $6.
Yeah, fuck it, $6, right? Started it up and the opening is on some like Square Enix shit. Like the budget that went into this thing, the bombast that happened. I was like, where the fuck has this game been this entire time, right? So I'm playing it and it is fundamentally like the battle system is almost exactly Final Fantasy 15 to a T, right?
I see where this is going.
Yeah, and I'm playing it and I'm like, what? Like, how does this game exist? And I didn't know anything about it.
China,
yeah, right. So I have nothing really interesting to say about that game other than like it's actually just very good.
Okay,
and it keeps surprising me. The battle system is fun. The party members you get are really interesting and all that jazz. What I really do want to talk about though is that just like Chris, this has led me down a crazy rabbit hole with Chinese RPGs. So
playing Genshin, let's go.
Everyone but Genshin. So,
the one people are playing.
The one people are playing, right? So I'm looking through the list of like I had to just Google this. So I was like, okay, I need to find out where the rest of these Chinese RPGs are because the quality of this game is something is insane.
Yeah.
So I actually found a list on YouTube where other people asking the same thing. Is like, how does this game exist and nobody's talking about it, right? There's like one PC Gamer article that was written late last year, like, yo, everybody needs to pick up this game because it's Chinese Final Fantasy. Like, it's a 60-hour RPG that nobody's talking about. So now found this list and they're talking about other games that are, you know, really popular and really good too. And because it's the Lunar New Year, all of them are on sale.
Oh, because they're Chinese. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Of course.
Right.
So
of course.
I bought about a dozen of them.
Oh my god, dude.
There's some like I'm looking at my list right now. Power of Seasons, Tale of Wushai, Fate of Deshant. It's a bunch of stuff that are just absolutely incredible looking. And a few of them actually they don't have any official English subtitles.
I've been getting that warning a lot on a lot of my discovery queue.
So this actually made me super nostalgic, and it reminded me of the time when I finally got my computer and learned about emulation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, there's a Bahamas Lagoon? What is that? Like, and finding all these games, and I feel like gaming recently has because we're so connected now, it feels smaller. And like there's no more surprises anymore. But seeing all these games that I had no idea about, that I have to like scour Discord channels to get the subtitles so I can inject it into this game, gave me a real nostalgic feeling of like just getting like a Super Nintendo SNES 9X and finding all these Sailor Moon and other stories and injecting it with a translation ROM.
You went to a dude ranch is what you did. You went to a dude ranch because it's the only way to experience the Wild West in the modern era.
I guess that's it.
I miss those days a little bit.
Oh my, and
a little bit, not a ton, but I miss them a little bit.
I missed it. Like discovering a game that you did not know existed, but that is really good. That's just from across the seas. was a feeling that I didn't know I missed until it like actually came, like hit me in the face. Like, hey, here's this fucking great ass, here's these great ass games that you can just fucking play right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's so great.
I'm excited because I do remember that feeling very well.
It's like, especially like, you know, I'm younger than you guys and I got my computer pretty late, but seeing all these games that because you know we're Americans, so we think everything is centered around us, but seeing all these things that never hit the shores over this side, and you're like constantly, you get like a ROM list of games that like this existed. I thought Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 were the only ones. I didn't know fucking 6. What? What?
Yeah, I remember when I got to high school and I met this guy over here.
Which guy is? You got to be more specific.
Well, the only one who's old enough to be in high school with me at the same time.
The other grandpa in the chat.
And like I had played Final Fantasy when it came out in America. I loved the game. I had my Super Nintendo, but I never really found any more like Final Fantasies for it. So he tells me there was Final Fantasy 3 was out, and I'm like, wait, what? They made another one? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, little did either of us know that was the 6th one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we learned shortly after.
Yeah, it didn't take us very long after, but it was like it was mind blowing to me at that point.
Yeah,
when the internet opened up and you learned about that shit, it's so cool, man.
Yeah. I was still randomly playing 1 when that was when this was introduced to me.
Yeah,
I was like, this exists.
I remember the first time I played 5, and I'm like, oh, this is everything I wanted. Yes, jobs. Give me the jobs.
Joe introduced me to Final Fantasy 5 and Seiken Densetsu 3. Like,
and that's
I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like,
exactly.
Like I remember, I will never forget the excitement of discovering those games existed and playing them. Like, those were just so cool.
Yes.
Like, I had known about the numbers, about the difference in numbers by that point, but even then it was like, oh, 5 never came here. Fuck, man, that sucks, you know?
Yeah.
And getting that wrong.
There's a patch out here. Translation patch. How about that?
That shit was so cool, man. Like, I'll never forget that.
No, there was no R.
No R.
No. Stop that. That was the PlayStation translation, which we don't talk about.
Right. We talk about multiple Demi-Force up in here.
That's right.
Or was it Neo Demi-Force?
Neo
right?
Demi-Force.
Whatever.
That's the wrong translation, Cruz.
Right. I forget who did 5, but that was 3, right?
Was done by Miria-chan.
Okay.
Which I will never forget because that's the Breath of Fire 3 connection.
Nice.
But yeah, that's. I mean, the game is good, and I like, you know, you got to check it out if it's on sale and it's something you might be interested in. But I just kind of just wanted to talk about the experience of that feeling.
It's a good feeling, man. That's a really good feeling.
You guys knew about that feeling, and it's such a foregone thing that just doesn't really exist anymore.
Yeah.
And I was actually really happy to experience again. But yeah, that's pretty much me.
Sweet.
Yeah, Chinese RPGs, CRPGs. Yeah, yep. RPG name games.
CRPG is something different.
Yeah, I know. Chinese name is that's the Chinese. RPG naming schemes are really stupid. I've said it before.
We have had that conversation.
What does the C stand for?
In CRPG?
Yes.
Hey, Dre, what you playing Yakuza on?
I'm playing it on my computer.
Okay. So it's a computer RPG you're playing.
No, I'm playing a JRPG.
So dumb.
So bad.
I'm playing it on my Japan.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's me.
Nice.
Great.
Do you have anything else to talk about? Want to keep talking? Anybody? Anybody at all?
No.
Hey, Chizuru and KOF 15.
Sacred Treasures team.
Mama's back.
Well, Sacred Treasures, so you know that some dumb shit's coming down.
Yeah.
So broke.
Orochi's coming back.
It's like, oh, we're putting Orochi and Kyo in the same team with Mom over here, keeping them straight, huh?
That's right.
Cool. I guess.
And then Benimaru stuck babysitting the new kids. So
I guess things are gonna be really Orochi. I mean,
Gorodemon in shambles.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
He's got kids. He's
got
busy.
kids.
what was the last game she was in?
Chizuru? 2003.
Yeah. And that's when Ash stole her power. When Ash pulled the heel turn at the end of the game.
Yep.
What the fuck you guys talking about?
KOF storyline. That's a thing.
Yeah, they've reset the storyline after 13. So
Not really.
Yes and no. After 14,
No, after 13.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Ash got erased from existence.
Yes, he did.
I just want no hat Terry. I know it'll never happen. I just want no hat Terry.
Hey, come on.
Terry with the hat is iconic, man.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I know he's iconic, but like the funny thing is that King of Fighters is a series that like isn't scared to change their characters around.
They really aren't. That's
it's like we will never change Terry ever again. It's like,
which makes me sad because I always liked his Garo costume. I mean, I prefer the hat, but I think the Garo costume is a perfect transition.
I mean, he'll always have Power Wave, Burn Knuckle, and Crack Shoot, and Rising Tackle.
And Power Dunk.
Well, he doesn't always have Power Dunk, but what changes is
Rising Tackle.
Sometimes he has Power Charge, sometimes he has Power Dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't vary that often. Certainly not as often as Kyo varies.
Yeah. Like we were talking about the other day. This is a Fireball Kyo, or is it a Punch Kyo? Or is it a Fireball and Punch Kyo?
Yeah,
sometimes he is both.
Yeah, they usually put both in the game, like both variations.
Well, sometimes he's both in one character, too.
Which is weird.
Which one of the 4 Kyos in this game? Is this Kyo 96? Is it Kyo 98? Is it White Jacket Kyo?
I like White Jacket Kyo.
My favorite.
I think White Jacket Kyo is his best design.
Absolutely. Nest's Kyo, as he is referred to.
Right, that's correct.
Yeah, still my favorite. Absolutely, no question.
The more I see games getting rollback netcode, the more I really want that in 13.
That'd be cool.
I really want rollback in 13 because I really want people playing 13.
Well, I want it in 15 so people will give a flying fuck about King of Fighters.
Yes!
And be able to play it.
Why? ¿Por qué no los dos?
Yes, I'm all for both as well.
That would mean that they'd have to put development time into that game that has come out when they're working on a new game.
I mean,
if we had to prioritize here, I'm gonna want 15.
I mean, they did it with 2002.
I know. Just the same. It's the same pattern they did with Guilty Gear.
Yeah, there's precedent for this now. It's already happened for older games.
Yeah,
right. But like while it was happening for the older games, they hadn't announced King of Fighters 15.
No, well, yeah they did.
Yeah,
no,
King of Fighters 15 was already a concept when 2002 got this rollback shit. That happened recently,
like last month, right? Like recently,
like last 3 or so.
I think SNK recently put out a tweet saying that they were trying their best to implement rollback netcode.
Right. So I can hope.
Which is a good sign.
Basically, I can hope. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I can hope that'll happen one day.
It's a good sign. It's the fact that they were like, "Hey, we're trying," and it's like, well, hopefully you fucking succeed because your game live or die based on that.
I want Under Night to have rollback. I want King of Fighters to have rollback. I want
all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Under Night, like their company works out of bathroom stalls, and that's why people play their games in bathroom stalls. I don't think they have the ability to make rollback.
I hope so. They said they were looking into it too, but whatever.
You just have to hire someone to make it for them. Then that's fine.
Yeah.
Someone probably already has it made. Just hire. You're hired. Can we take this thing? Cool. Here's money. That's it.
Somebody secretly patch the game in for them, and they're like, unlike Capcom, oh cool, thanks, we'll just take that.
The likeliest
Capcom will be like, stop it! Don't make our game better.
How dare you?
Yeah. Instead, we'll just put Dan in the game and have him have an infinite day one, right?
Well, I mean, it's nuts, but like the execution for it is literally only Desk is going to do this shit.
No, Max was doing it.
It's not
Justin Wong.
Yeah, there's a lot of input leniency in Street Fighter V.
Yeah,
A
people are doing it
lot
already.
of
That shit's. I mean, and let's face it, that's gonna get patched out.
Yeah, I mean, you may not get an infinite loop, but you'll get enough to like wear down the clock.
Infiltration did it blindfolded. I'm not making that up. That happened. you can look that up.
I mean, like,
I mean, he's the mysterious masked man. He can
any combo in these games you can do blindfolded once you know what they are, because you don't actually need to see them.
Yeah,
No, you can just hear them.
It's musical. I was watching some guy do the Iron Man infinite on a piano.
Amazing.
It was great, fantastic.
Okay.
What did it sound like?
It was like I think it was like a drum box.
Okay, that's still neat.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it and I'll show it to you.
What did you guys think about Ryu showing up?
Oh, he's actually a character again?
No, I'm talking about
Fortnite.
Oh, in a game that people play? Yeah.
No. I'm talking about Secret Ryu, who showed up in Wednesday Night Fights out of nowhere, beat the shit out of everybody, said he didn't want the money, and left.
The ceremony is over, but he's already looking for the next fight.
Next fight.
He's like, I
cares not for ceremony.
Exactly.
And like, there's people who are thinking that it's VIA, but it more than likely it wasn't VIA. It's just some person who has a brand new PSN that nobody knows about.
Yep.
No rank whatsoever. So basically, they just altered it up. They just said, "I'm gonna beat the shit out of everybody." They showed up, beat the shit out of everybody, and left, like Roman Reigns did when he came back.
That's the greatest thing. That's everything. I love everything about that. I love everything about that.
I was just saying, does Rio have a better ending than the one in Street Fighter 2? No.
Nope, doesn't get better than that.
Nope.
It's the mantra of fighting games right there.
Yep. That empty podium.
So good.
That's hilarious, though. The fact that he didn't want the money is great. That is so in character.
His Alpha 2 ending? Really?
Yeah, that's true. His Alpha 2 ending.
Yeah, his Alpha 2 ending is good, but I think his Street Fighter 2 ending is better.
It's perfect.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So...
break time?
All right.
We're going to do this? We're going to keep talking?
I mean, there's...
I could keep talking.
There's things. There's things.
All right, break time.
Break time.
Break time.
We'll see you back here after break.
2 and 2. Oh shit, that's not my thing. Well, you guys ready for some more Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Hell yeah!
I'm ready for my first dose.
Another 3-hour spoiler session of a new Final Fantasy VII Remake DLC.
Dre, that was 4.5 hours actually.
No, I'm saying that the DLC is going to be.
Oh, it'll be 3 hours, right? Okay, yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds good.
Session.
I'm down with it.
Now we're just talking about the new Wu-Tai arrangement.
So Sony had a state of play, which was ultimately forgettable, with the exception of one thing, which was the Final Fantasy VII Remake intervention. 322 days over 7.
No more.
When they said that, was it interlude?
Intergrade.
Intergrade.
I was like, oh yeah, duh, yeah. This is exactly what it's gonna be.
I don't know why I was surprised.
They're just gonna keep putting names. They just put like subtitles underneath each one. Final Fantasy VII Remake, interlude, triple, triad. It's a lot.
Final Fantasy VII intergender tag team match.
Unlockable Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, reset the clock.
So it's following Yuffie, who's somehow in Midgar at the time of what looks like what's going on in Final Fantasy VII Remake's story. So clearly they don't care about what's going on in the story compared to the original anymore.
To be fair, it's when Cloud is with Aerith, so we really don't know if Yuffie was there.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess we're taking a lot of, that could have happened, but probably not. But it could have.
Not. But maybe it did.
Yeah.
She's a ninja. She probably
Who's to say?
Yeah.
She's an agent of Wu-Tai.
She's not much of a ninja.
No.
And that will make her escape from Midgar very interesting afterward, considering that they were blaming everything on Wu-Tai in the first place.
Ah, that's a good point.
Maybe that's what the DLC will focus on.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
and it's Yuffie, so
Yeah, and she's basically an always include in my team in 7, so
because she's broken.
I mean, she's not, because both Barret and Sid do more limit damage.
But you can get her to do the most damage the fastest.
But, I mean, you can't.
So why do you like Yuffie?
She's just morph all. Yuffie's ultimate weapon does not lose damage when you morph. So you could morph enemies into stat up items really easily.
Okay.
So I always have her in my team because there's always massive amount of item farming that goes on to get stuff that you can't just duplicate with W item.
Yeah. With this news is the news that the port of Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to the PlayStation 5.
And a free upgrade for the people who had it.
It's also going to be released on PlayStation Plus in March.
Yes, which is fantastic.
If you get the PlayStation Plus version, you don't get a free upgrade to the PS5 version.
That makes sense.
I get that.
I can see why.
Yeah, I get it. That's just logic.
Yeah. But, I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to wonder why they didn't get a free upgrade.
Yes.
And they said it, so we should, also play
because theoretically you could still play the PS4 version on a PS5, correct?
Yes.
You can. That's correct.
That's fine.
It's just fine. If you still want to play the game for free, you can. It just won't look as good.
You'll just still get your no texture JPEG colors.
What I am not fine about is Yuffie being exclusive to the PlayStation 5.
Well, what other systems is the game on?
Yes, exactly.
Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Yes. I mean, as far as I know, it was a PlayStation exclusive for a year, and there's been nothing else announced for any other system. Well, Xbox, right? That was coming out in about I remember Xbox was coming out a year, right?
Well, I haven't said anything about it because April hasn't come around yet, and April would be the end of the year-long exclusivity deal.
I thought they confirmed an Xbox version.
They did, and then Xbox immediately deleted the information, and they were like, oops, we didn't mean to do this.
Okay.
So
my working theory is the day, because this is coming out in June, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
My working theory is that is the day that the Xbox and the the PC version will come out.
You mean the Epic Games Store exclusive version?
Right. You're probably right.
Oh, I know I'm right. I wish I wasn't.
Right.
Probably right.
Is that going to get you, Joe? Is that finally going to get you?
No.
I will. I'm not waiting another year.
You think he cares if a Final Fantasy game launches on Epic? No.
I would if it was 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would if it was day and date 16. Then I would fucking care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, at that point, I think you would just put a gift card on your Epic account and get the game.
Yep.
And just have it launched through Steam, so
Exactly.
hopefully the controller will work. Now the other joystick is starting to drift as well. I may have to get a new. I'm not opening this thing up again, so.
Oh yeah, probably not.
Mm.
Yeah. The Yuffie stuff looked good.
Yeah, I like what I saw.
Yep.
I mean, it's more FF7 remake, so I'm obviously in for that.
Oh, whether or not you want to be in it, we're in it.
Oh, I mean, we knew what was happening. This was just the beginning of the floodgates, and we all knew that.
There was a battle royale, Final Fantasy VII.
That shit looks so stupid.
It looks dumb, but I kind of want to play it.
Oh, is that
I don't wanna
the
play it at all.
first soldier or something? Or
Yes, First Soldier.
okay.
And there is Ever Crisis that they announced, which will be a episodic take on the compilation of Final Fantasy VII.
So
so you
that
get to play-
includes Final Fantasy VII AC, BC, CC, and DC.
You know it. Chris looks confused. Having children before
I
Christ.
know.
I think it's the first time that he's actually like.
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that until
Which
you
means
said
whatever
that.
they release after this is going
And I
to be.
went because as he said it, I went, okay, having children before Crisis Core. Oh, Dirge of Cerberus. This is so fucking stupid. I fucking hate Nomura so much.
He's the worst.
He's kind of the worst. So we're getting Gact, is what you're telling me. Gact is here again.
So I know none of you guys played Dirge of Cerberus. Because why would? Oh, did you?
I'm pretty sure Chris did, but I did not.
I did play it. I absolutely played it. It's terrible.
It's you know what? It is an interesting third-person shooter on the PlayStation 2.
If it had lock on, the game would be good.
Yes,
That's its biggest sin is it doesn't have lock on, and the camera is dumb. If they fix the camera and add lock on, it's a perfectly serviceable shooter with RPG elements.
Kind of a Gears of War shooter before Gears of War.
A little bit, yeah. Like there's things in that game that are kind of cool.
A little bit.
And the music is stunning because, of course, it is. It kind of needs to be.
Watching this Yuffie trailer reminded me that you see some Dirge of Cerberus enemies in it, and I was like, oh, we're getting all Fantasy 7, huh?
I noticed they used some of her theme from Dirge of Cerberus. She has a different theme in that game. I noticed that right away because that's one of my favorite themes from that game is her theme when she's showing up and kind of like lecturing Vincent for being an asshole.
So get ready to see Gact in his full 4K glory.
There he comes. Cannot escape Gact.
Voiceless Gact. Right?
Voiceless Gact seems so wrong.
Doesn't it?
I'm pretty sure that's an album already.
They're always like, why don't they ever re-release Crisis Core? And it's Gact. It's just like, bro, just change what he looks like.
Yeah, just change the model.
Just give him a new voice actor.
Yep.
There was a dude in Yakuza that did coke, and they just said, "Yo, let's take that guy the fuck out of this game."
Exactly. He just got removed. Guy got it's like somebody took an eraser and just fucking erased him, dude.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Listen, if they can de-age Heihachi and change his voice actor because the previous one passed away, they can change Gact.
The new one passed away too.
I guess you're gonna have to.
I think I think that's what Tekken 7 was all about, was retiring Heihachi.
God.
We're gonna have to change Heihachi into a child next.
So I think the Heihachi character is staying dead.
Baby Heihachi.
Heihachi.
It's gonna be Heihachi in the kangaroo pouch.
He's gonna kick Roger Jr. out, and then he's just gonna be in there. You can see him with his hair.
So yeah,
and they give him sunglasses. They're gonna
in the volcano.
Oh, quick aside.
Yeah.
I got a character in what's its thing?
Genshin?
No.
Oh.
Yakuza.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Who I found some electric fist weapons for him. And I was just like, man, this is the most Tekken shit I've ever experienced in this game.
Yeah. Electric in that game is good. It's too good.
It's really good.
Electrics are really good in Tekken.
I was just like, oh man, here it comes. I'm expecting the Korean backdash.
Any second now. God, they took that shit out in Tekken 4 and people lost their goddamn minds. Oh man, that's so good.
We got some juicy Final Fantasy VII stuff, and this means that I must have my PlayStation 5 by
June,
the middle of June. Otherwise, gonna have to steal one from Chris.
Hey,
21, got it.
It's just the one. There isn't there?
Just the one.
Well, sorry, Chris. You're not gonna have one after I steal it then.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, thanks for letting me know you're gonna steal it. At least I appreciate the heads up.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're gonna have to be on edge about me stealing it from every day forth, and
That's
it's
fun.
just gonna drive you nuts.
Yeah,
And
we'll
you'll
definitely
never know when I cash in the money in the bank.
Right, you'll never know. Day by day will go by. You'll wonder when he's gonna steal this thing. Old age will creep in. You'd be like,
PlayStation 6 will come around.
Then and only then will I make my move.
right.
So if you see any random PlayStation 5s go on sale, just help a brother out.
All right,
Always.
I'll try.
I'll keep an eye out. I have clearly had the devil's luck when it comes to that shit. So
Honestly, every time they have a PlayStation Direct drop, I try to get one. Not for myself, but I just try to join in to help some people out because I don't give a fuck about PlayStation 5. But I know people do.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you give a fuck about getting your shit spoiled.
Who, me?
yeah.
It's gonna come on the PC that same day.
Look, I already had that fucking game
Hate to break
spoiled
it to
rotten for me, and I'm still gonna get it. So
16 comes out now. Then
the 16 is gonna be a problem.
yeah,
You mean 16 when it is a PlayStation 5 exclusive because it will be.
16, yeah, 16 is gonna be a problem for me.
And then, like magic, Theo's gonna have a PS5 in his house. He's gonna hate it, but it'll be there.
How did this happen? How did I get a PlayStation 5?
They'll
It's
have
like
4 of
blacked
them.
out.
One of
Blacked
each
out.
room. You'll be like, well, I have to have this one, and then Kayla has to have this one, and then her sewing machine has to have this one, and then my PlayStation 5 has to have its PlayStation 5.
Can't just be by itself.
Right? No one wants to go through life alone. So.
Yeah, I need to get my hands on one. The PlayStation Direct seems to be the most likely option. It's just getting lucky enough to be placed in the front of the queue.
Yeah. I love when they have you wait for like 45 minutes and they're like, yo, this shit's sold out. But if you could still hang out if you want.
You can stay in the queue.
Stay if you want. Like, I ain't kick you out, but it ain't gonna be no PlayStation when you get to the front of the line.
Hey man, if you really want to get that PlayStation 5 controller, also, you can do that.
The minute that has native PC support, I'm buying that controller.
Well, I think they need to fix the drift on it. Apparently, it's really bad, from what I understand.
Oh, there's drift on the DualSense.
Yeah. There's like a class action lawsuit ready for it already.
Oh, I think I saw drift, and I just assumed it was the Switch. So this.
There was a drift thing about it, and there was actually a revelation that all 3 companies use the same people to make their analogs. Which means that this is something that's going to happen to every controller.
Yeah.
Yep.
Until that changes.
But yeah.
I've had Xbox 360 controllers drift on me before, like after like years of use.
Dre, I'll keep an eye out.
I mean, we all will.
So, yeah, I'll keep an eye. Now that I know that like you'll need one by June, so I'll definitely keep an eye out. Because I really do have the dumbest luck all the time with this shit.
Stolen, that's why.
Well, yeah, obviously, I'm protecting my own interests here.
Yeah, I mean, like I literally could not.
I'm not that fucking nice.
Anytime it's available on like Best Buy or Walmart or whatever, like you have no chance.
Best Buy is the worst. Best Buy is the fucking, especially if we live in New York, it's the fucking worst.
That's where I got mine.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, well, you were one of the lucky ones. Now we have to deal with. You go there and you click the button, and then it gives you a nice little red bar at the top that says, "We've changed how you check out. Please wait."
And then by then it's already too late.
And then when you wait and the button lights back up again, it's like, this item is gone. Well, now I have a PlayStation 5 in my cart, and it's going to stay in there. And the next time they say it's on sale, I'm just going to click checkout. F you guys.
Dre, have you talked to Hank?
Hank never has any.
Okay. I figure he'd look out for you if anyone would. So,
nah, Hank doesn't look out for me. The second Hank gets one and he's selling it, he's not looking out for anybody. He's trying to get it out in and out of the store.
Yeah, I mean, like I get that.
But yeah, if Hank ever told me he had one, I'm literally there in 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I will
That's
run.
kind of my point.
He knows that you're an easy sale, right?
Yeah, he knows you're down the street and it's a guaranteed sale.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm sure he has a lot of people who are down the street in a guaranteed sale.
Yeah, that's true.
You just got to beat them there.
Right? But only one of them is going to ask him about it. It's going to be you.
Hopefully. Theoretically.
I'll just be like, yo, Hank, I'm just going to pay for it now.
Mhm.
Just tell me when you have one.
I mean, that
might fucking work.
It's not a crazy idea,
It
man.
might fucking work.
That ain't a crazy plan.
It may actually fucking work.
Or you put half down at least or some shit.
Thinking about it, like, shit. Why haven't I done that yet?
And then he'll probably call me in August.
Okay, I got one.
I guess that is a commitment. It is
covered.
It is a
That might be the
commitment.
next time I see Hank.
It is a commitment at that point because there's no way he's giving that money back.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's rule of acquisition number 1. Once you have your money, never give it back.
Give it back.
It feels good to be on a time limit.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I needed it before 16. I didn't know I needed it before 16.
That's the next That's the next Final Fantasy 16 exclusive.
That's the next Final Fantasy 7 remake title.
Before 16.
Remake intergrade before 16.
God, I hate Nomura so much.
I know it won't even. It'll be before 1+6. That's how they'll stylize it. They'll say
1+6.
They'll say it's 16, but they'll write it 1+6.
Theo, did you pick up the Kingdom Hearts Theater Rhythm game?
No,
Okay.
Why not? I thought you said it looked amazing.
I didn't say it looked amazing. I said it looked like it's the newest version of Theatre Rhythm. I didn't like the
Kingdom
gameplay.
Hearts music.
Yeah, I didn't like the gameplay
You didn't like the gameplay, but you like the gameplay of Theatrism. So what happened?
because that's touch controls. This one doesn't.
So it's not Theatrism.
It's Theatre Rhythm.
Interesting.
Just calls it like our season, man.
Well, Pokemon turned 25.
It did.
And they had they didn't call it a Pokemon Direct, but it was a Pokemon Direct.
Mm-hmm.
Comics.
If anyone's wondering why I'm looking upwards,
Cards.
I'm looking up at this.
Damn right.
I'm looking up at.
Biggest Pokemon fan here.
Oh, sure. Okay. It's sitting in this.
I don't know where my red
Anime.
Look how poorly it fits inside of it.
I knew it was somewhere. I think.
That's gross.
That color scheme is really good together.
It is, but like,
Yeah, it's very 3D.
hey, let me stick my tongue out at you. Bleh.
Yeah.
So out of everybody here, you're the only person who has a Pokemon inserted into a gaming console.
Yeah,
Right,
I guess it just never left.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, Pokemon doesn't leave my DS.
Does this turn
It's
on?
not to transfer them over.
Absolutely, it turns on.
This will
Did
not
Pokemon go extinct yet, or are my Pokemon lost?
No, this is very
No.
dead. Okay.
Okay, good. So I got to transfer over still. I haven't done that yet.
The next time you turn it on, they'll just be like, "Hey, you need to fucking pay this."
Yeah.
Or you have auto pay. I don't know because they built.
No, I don't have autopay. No, I haven't paid it.
And I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Oh yeah. Just take that money. It's fine."
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about home?
Yes, home.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about bank.
Shit.
Man,
No,
I'm talking about bank.
Theo's
Oh.
talking about home. I was asking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No, is bank still over? It's like did
yeah, bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You
I
should.
haven't. I'm gonna change it over. So I just. It's so much work.
Not really.
Not.
Yeah.
Okay.
No work at all.
Okay, fine. I'll trust you. I have to, it's more about I have to update my DS because it's just sitting there. It might die of loneliness at some point.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it.
I guess that's the prevailing thought of Pokemon 25. My DS might die of loneliness.
Well, at the moment.
So with the Pokemon 25, they announced 2 new games, which is a remake of Diamond and Pearl and a Breath of the Wilding of.
It looks like Pokemon. It looks like
Is it
Pokemon in the in the Breath of Wild engine. Is what it looks like.
Yes, in the Sinnoh region, a few hundred years before the actual events of Diamond and Pearl, even though they have the same protagonist.
A few
but, you know,
hundred
whatever.
years.
They're the protagonist in Diamond and Pearl is like 1 inch tall, and the protagonists in this game are like, you know, actual people.
Actual people. You're right. That's true.
Can we talk about the remake for a second?
Yes, let's fucking do it.
What the fuck?
I hate how it looks. I hate how it looks, and I am happy it looks that way because all these Pokemon Go haters Let's Go haters can now be like, why does it look this bad? Because you fucking hated Pokemon Let's Go. It could have looked like that game, and that game looks gorgeous. But no, they said fuck Let's Go, and this is what you get. So good for you.
I didn't say anything about it.
I didn't say you did, but
why am I being punished?
A lot. Because you deserve it too.
Fuck you! I never played for it.
I really don't. Also, I don't really care because I don't like the Sinnoh region like at all.
Isn't Platinum good though? Like I heard, like Diamond and Pearl are kind of okay, but like I heard Platinum was actually good.
I played Diamond and Pearl and tapped out of Pokemon until X and Y came out because I was like, this is bad.
I just missed it because I wasn't playing.
Got me back into Pokemon.
Did it? Okay.
The music in that game is great.
Cynthia's in that. That's
Cynthia's game, bro. That's she's the shit right there.
Cynthia's theme she has been usurped, but her theme is very good.
Nope, she's still the best.
No, she's still the best, man.
Nope, Leon's theme is better.
Leon,
I don't really care what you guys.
Theme wise. Oh yeah, okay. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue against any of the music and fucking Sword and Shield.
Really fucking good.
Especially battle music. Jesus, he's just the victory music. It's like a remix of the fucking victory music.
Yep.
Because he's so good, he already won.
Just gonna stick with Cynthia.
That's fine. You'll
really the only music in the entire series that it's like, oh shit, something's going down.
The bike music.
Bike music is like the best song.
Music. Considering you got a fucking hero all the goddamn time, yeah, that shit better be good.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that's when they would still have a bike theme.
I really like that game. I don't care how bad it is. I know it's bad.
Which one? Diamond and Pearl?
Diamond and Pearl. And like I got Diamond. I know it's objectively bad. I still like that game.
Okay.
I would never play it again.
The HM swap in is just too much in that game.
Well, that's what Bidoof is for.
A man Bidoof.
Does he learn Waterfall?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well, fuck.
He learns everything, dude.
That's crazy.
But the only HM Bidoof doesn't learn is Fly.
Which is okay, because you already have somebody on your team that's going to learn Fly.
Yeah, and Fly is actually good. So
Fly's a good move. So, like, Bidoof learns, Cut, Surf, Waterfall. Like, he learns everything.
He doesn't learn Surf because Surf goes to Piplup.
Well, yeah, because, but still, like...
But he could learn Surf if you
could learn Surf if you wanted him to. But, you can...
Cut, Strength.
Just get a Bidoof and you're good to go.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining a Bidoof on a surfboard right now. It's very funny.
Bidoof is great, man.
Bidoof is... What was that?
Bidoof is the surfboard.
Bidoof is the surfboard. Now I'm picturing it upside down on a little cartoonish wave, and it looks really funny. It looks even funnier.
Bidoof.
Yeah, so Pokemon's 25. We're getting a remake of Diamond and Pearl. Not two remakes, but 2 games in that series. That's cool, I guess.
It's not bad.
I can't wait till we get the remake of XY.
I'll be another 15 years or so.
I know, but still.
Be a while.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be funny.
Mm-hmm. The little 10-minute nostalgia thing in the beginning. It was too long for that presentation, but in a vacuum, it's really good.
I feel like
I loved it.
Brain dead.
I loved it.
That shit was pretty cool.
This is bad music with some random people shouting out words.
Joe said it accurately. It sounds like a Kamen Rider, like Cable. Anime.
DDDK.
Final attack. Right.
That's what it sounded like to me.
I thought it was actually really... I wasn't great for the presentation, but like in a vacuum, I thought it was really awesome because, I mean, Pokemon has something to celebrate. It's 25 years of a thing that is still fucking popular.
Is it just me, or did that guy presenting the Pokemon just look like the most evil person?
Oh yeah, he's a absolutely he's
Like
a villain that
Superman.
will he's gonna redeem himself in the third act.
I'm just sad because I lost my best friend this Pokemon.
Fucking
So
dangerous.
I turned to a life of crime.
Fucking dangerous zombie over here. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's about right.
I mean, hey, Pokemon 25. You know, it's not slowing down. That's for damn sure.
No, it is not.
It is
slow down.
It is Nintendo's cash cow.
It is ridiculous, like how, and now you have generations of people playing with each other.
Yep.
Like that's how crazy it's gotten because
What's
nobody
wild
left it behind.
What's wild is like the game isn't even the first pillar.
No.
You have like the merchandise, you have the anime, you have all these other things, and then we can talk about the game.
Yeah, I mean, like none of this stuff matters without the game being successful. But at this point, they no longer need the game to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like everybody in the world knows what a Pikachu is.
100%.
Yeah, that is entirely accurate. Fucking Pokemon's 25. Jesus Christ.
I remember when it came out.
I do too.
That was I've said it numerous times on this podcast, but that is the first thing other than my mother that I loved. I was like,
Dragon Ball.
no, I didn't even Dragon Ball wasn't even like a blip in my radar at that point.
Mm.
Like, I was like, what is this thing that looks weird that isn't like the other cartoons on TV? This fucking yellow rat that shocks people. Wait, you could catch this is a game? Oh, this is Mom, I love you, but this right here,
this is gonna raise me for real.
Here? Huh?
Theo was that perfect fucking age demographic for that shit, man.
Come on, like 96, 97?
98.
98. So I was 10 years old at that time.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, you were.
Oh,
you could not have been a more targeted audience for that.
Pokemon was my everything.
Yo,
Everything.
That game came out on regular Game Boy.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
It came out on regular Game Boy.
And not Game Boy Color.
Dot matrix with stereo sound.
Yeah, because it came out in Japan in what, 96? The end of 96?
Yeah. Red and green.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
so.
It's wild.
Time is weird, man.
Time is
wild.
So and just being at school with all your friends with Game Boys and like, who got the link cable? Who? No, damn, nobody brought the link cable today.
I was the only one.
Me and Sean were fucking playing the shit out of that game.
I remember bringing Pokemon Red to my high school retreat. At the end of the school year, I was there. I was on the couch with a bunch of like proto frat boys, and I'm over on my Game Boys playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that shit happened when I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah,
when that came out. So like, yeah, like I was in the throes. I was playing it on my Game Boy Color.
Yeah,
because I had an atomic purple Game Boy Color. And I was just, oh my god, dude, I played the shit out. I have such fond memories of playing that game because so many people were playing it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And like when something like that happens, like I'm not gonna say like, oh, I don't know what that's like, because that happened again with Pokemon Go.
Yep.
Right, where that was fucking wild.
It was very bonkers.
That was wild. That was a wild year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but like, I mean, it reminded me of when Pokemon first came out, where just like everybody was fucking playing it. Literally everybody was playing it, you know?
Yep.
And
everybody's talking about it. Everybody's watching the anime. I
was watching the show at the time, you know? I have more of the Poke Rap committed to memory than I.
Uh-oh.
And like eventually I stopped caring because I was into, you know, cooler anime as time went on, and I didn't actually really play Gold or Silver. Even like
apologies to the viewers of the episode for that brief blip in the video.
What blip? What'd you do, Joe?
Oh, the things froze for a second. Let's move on from it because it's over.
Okay, cool.
I thought it was disconnecting.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not fun. That's not good. So yeah, like I was out. I didn't play. I didn't stick around.
Oh,
for some
okay.
reason. I don't know why. It's not that I disliked Pokemon. You know what? Oh no, you know what? I do remember. I had idiot friend delete my game save.
Yep, that'll make you not play the game ever again.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm not touching that anytime soon, ever again."
Why only one? Why is there only one? Why is there only one?
We know why there's only one.
Oh,
but
yeah, that's true.
my sister deleted my game save, and I was like, oh, I was mad, and I was like, I guess I just got to play this over again.
I was pissed.
When
I was hurt.
Let me tell you how hard I used to go into Pokemon. When, as I mentioned before, when I got my computer, I got into the world of emulation.
Mhm.
I played through Gold and Silver, I believe it was Gold, through Japanese the first time I played that game. Like reading a translation guide as I'm going through it. That's how that was me. All the hints and the rumors that came out is like, hey, this Marill Pokemon we didn't know was Marill at the time was Peekaboo. All this shit.
Marill.
Oh, God.
Peekaboo. I remember that shit.
The fucking truck on SSN. If you get to it at a certain time, you could push it. It might be a Mew. All that
bullshit. I remember that shit.
The schoolyard shit with that game was just legendary. You can have something like that again, but I treasure those memories.
Mm-hmm. No, of course, because that was like your first like craze that you were a part of.
Yeah,
you know, like there's always something fun being part of that wave, especially that initial wave.
And I honestly still never got out of. Like, even though like I've lapsed as a Pokemon player, like I still pick up the games and I still go hard in it. Like, Sword and Shield is maybe my favorite generation.
I came back for Black and White. I don't know why. Maybe because I was back at
because Black and White came out when we were all regularly hanging out together. That's why.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's probably, and that was part of it. And like I liked Black and White. Like I enjoyed this. I enjoyed that came out. I liked, even though like a lot of the Pokemon from it aren't great from that dex. Like I just love that it was an entirely new Pokedex.
100. Yeah,
that was awesome. I thought that was really cool.
Great thing about that game.
And like I just like looked at a Nova, I'm like, all right, this looks pretty fucking cool. And
that story in the series,
absolutely, bar none, no question. And is best villain, best storyline, like that fucking game.
Even your compatriots, Cherin and I forgot the girl's name, were great.
Yeah, they were Sylvia.
Bianca.
That's it. Yeah.
Great,
fucking fantastic. Like I like adore that game story. That's still the best Pokemon story.
I tapped out at Diamond and Pearl. I got like halfway through Diamond. And I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. I just don't know why. It just I don't like the region, and the mechanics in that game were like just way too slow. I was like, I can't fucking do this. Black and White came out. Black and White 2 came out, and I was like, yeah, I'm out of Pokemon. And then the hype cycle of X and Y came out, where they were like, yo, this is the first Pokemon in 3D, and I was like, I don't need fucking Pokemon anymore. And then the way they went about advertising that game, I was like, yeah, I think I do need Pokemon again.
They got you. Yeah.
I still hate you, Theo.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's your fucking fault. It's Dre on the low too, but it's definitely your fault too.
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite gen by a long shot, but it is.
It's the one I will always remember the most fondly.
Yes. Yeah.
Because of our stupid competition.
They finally made breeding easy. Well,
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made it easy.
Yeah, they made it easy. It was finally easy.
Yeah. No, I mean, now it's easy.
Oh, now it's even easier. But like it had never been easier at the time. It was easy enough at the point that we were all willing to commit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it hasn't changed since then. It's not harder now or easier.
It's absolutely easy. You can just change. You straight up can change nature. What are you talking about?
There's also Pokemon. There's more Pokemon with better IVs. They're easy to get now.
Changing your nature has nothing to do with breeding.
It's part of the breeding process.
You could change your nature the exact same way in X and Y that you would change it in breeding in this.
No, you can't. The bubble caps weren't in X and Y.
Those don't change your nature. They don't actually change your nature. All they do is they just change what stats are being boosted, but they don't actually really change your nature. It doesn't get passed down when you breed.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
In Sword and Shield.
In any of them.
And Sun and Moon. Because that's when that started with Sun and Moon. That you had the ability to give a Pokemon the stat bonuses of a particular nature, even if it wasn't actually that nature. Like you could take a timid Pokemon and make it naive and shit like that, and you wouldn't be able to pass it on, but it would still have the stats of that
with an item that you could just give to that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember that at all.
That's in Sun and Moon. That started in Sun and Moon.
Well, you didn't really play Sun and Moon, so
no, that game is terrible.
The cutscenes drove me crazy.
I can't
because it went from X and Y, where X and Y was like, just go here, get the fuck out, go play the game. You know,
has cutscenes too, but
it did, but like
not every 2 steps. Holy shit!
And not in the beginning, and there weren't like a ton of it in the beginning. I mean, there's like the standard. Here's your town. Pick your Pokemon. Blah blah blah. Like all that shit's there, and that's fine. Like, but like it was everything beyond that was like, just go, man. Here's your rollerblades. Here's your Kanto starter. And like I was, whoa, what? Like I loved how brisk that game felt. Yeah. You know, like I really appreciate the pacing of X and Y. Like it's probably why it was one of my favorite ones for so long.
Yep. You add the ability to skip cutscenes in Sun and Moon, and I will absolutely love that game.
Yeah, same. If you were able to, like, because there's too many of them. In the beginning in particular, like that was is it like that the whole time? Is it like
I got to like the 7th badge, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm out.
It's like that thing. It's like Kingdom Hearts 2 did that to me. Kingdom Hearts 2 gameplay wise, it's a great game, but like when you're able to fucking play it, like every 3 steps you take, there's a fucking cutscene.
Yep.
It drove me nuts. I was like, can I just play the game?
Just want to point out this guy loves Metal Gear Solid.
I do. I absolutely do. And that tells a really insanely comprehensive story. And there's not a cutscene. You're able to play through the levels, though.
Yeah. It's fucking Metal Gear.
Apples to oranges, man. Apples to oranges.
Yeah, like there's no comparison.
Something where, you know, you can play a cutscene heavy game and enjoy it, and then in another function you play a cutscene heavy game and you're like, this is too much.
There's a difference between
those cutscenes were inane. Now they said a bunch of nothing.
Now I'm imagining Pikachu talking to Colonel over codec.
Wait, hold on. Theo, you just said that the Pokemon cutscenes were inane, talking about a bunch of nothing. And are you going to say the Metal Gear ones aren't?
They're at least interesting, inane, nothing conversations.
Or if it's crazy nonsense, it's entertaining.
A tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Is that our first Shakespeare quote?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it might be.
First.
Almost 200 episodes. I can't recall a Shakespeare quote.
This guy had a whole Shakespeare book when he was recording one time. I'm sure he said something Shakespearean.
Oh, you talking about when I had the giant textbook that I had to drag around?
The 3 Bibles that were put together.
I still have that book somewhere.
Where it is. It's holding up your apartment.
The complete
it's holding the building up.
Shakes.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
So you can probably clearly tell I've played more Pokemon of the last couple of generations than these guys have. With the fake breeding advice that was just handed out.
I gotta look this up. See what the fuck they're talking about.
Go ahead.
I didn't give any fake breeding advice.
Go ahead, look it up.
Let me see what this mince. I might have missed.
Yeah, go ahead, look it up.
And I did a lot of breeding in Sword and Shield, at least for a little bit. I still gotta play through. I really want to play through those expansions. I want to get my fucking Kung Fu Bear, man.
Once they brought out X and Y, I was pretty much locked into the series at that point, because like the one thing that I wanted to do was make, not even just like playing them, because I don't really go on and do competitive stuff randomly that much, but I just wanted to be able to make my stuff competitive viable. And you could not do that until X and Y. I mean, you could, but like it's just,
you had to cheat, really.
The effort required was so
psychotic. It was psychotic. It was psychotic.
Once they did that in X and Y, I was like, you know what? Cool. I'm gonna start doing this.
What was it? It was the Destiny Knot and the Everstone. Thank God for those 2 items.
Yeah,
Because that made breeding like.
Oh yeah.
Both those items existed beforehand. The
Mhm.
Everstone
They changed the nature of what they did in the later game.
always
Destiny Knot was
the
the
thing.
IVs.
The Destiny Knot, they added in the functionality. At first, it didn't do anything, and then it did 3, and then in X and Y it did 5.
Oh, that was the greatest thing.
Game changer.
Oh my god! You know, man, you know how hard in on X and Y I went.
Yes.
I had a shiny team. I didn't breed for all of those shinies. I chain traded like a crazy person.
To be fair, up until that point, that game was the easiest to get shinies in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now it's even easier.
I mean, my shiny Greninja was I raised him like that was one I made, and like the rest of them, the Skarmory that I had gotten was I chain traded for him, and I chain traded for a couple of the other ones, but like my Greninja and my Talonflame were like my hatchings.
I'll never forget. I think we were talking about no. We've spoken about that enough. But I think I was hanging out with Dre one time, and I was like, they should really make a Pokemon MMORPG, and he's like, that's what X and Y is. We're just the players, and it's like you just walk down the street, you could just battle anybody that has a game. And I was like, oh fuck, that is exactly what this game is. I was like, oh my god, this game is great.
I played the shit out of that fucking game. Good god.
Doesn't even need good netcode.
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
But it should still be rollback.
Like because like there's basically just every round is 2 commands.
Yeah.
So like you need a hell of a desync. Who needs rollback?
Put rollback in Pokemon.
Put rollback.
It'll resurrect the sea.
Oh man, I was getting the itch the other day, man. I was just thinking about it. I was like, I guess just start playing Pokemon.
Honestly, X and Y was the first game, the first and only where I actually went hard online. Like I actually bred a team to fight people online, and I was like, yo, that's not me at all. But I was like, wait, this is a turn-based game that I could play online with other people? Hell yeah!
I was blasting people so hard, like because I was a piece of shit. I was using Talonflame and
you were
Brody and Greninja.
You were that guy.
Play the meta. Pick a top tier.
Pick top tier and win. And like, it's not like I was just picking Greninja because he was good. He's fucking cool. Okay, like he's one of my favorite Pokemon because he looks fucking cool. He looks awesome. You know,
I had a really good Toga kids that would always
Pokemon.
Talonflame was me being a piece of shit. I'm not going to pretend.
I had a Toga kiss that would just like, it felt like it would flinch Pokemon left and right every other hit. It's like, just flinch. Yeah,
that's because your Togekiss was a piece of shit.
My Hulkasaur,
fucking fast ass thing, man.
I was like, wait, Venusaur speed could get this high, and he's still Power Whip is still this strong.
Oh man,
oh yeah, I still got that shit in my my sword and shield.
Good old Hulkasaur, man. God, I want to play Pokemon.
You guys can have it. I never was. I didn't get involved in this. not my jam. Sorry.
It's like the last one.
I think you were maybe too old, and you already played.
I'm as old as Andre.
I mean,
I like Pokemon, but I wasn't willing to go that hard into it.
Okay.
It's like the advanced mechanics and the tedium of the end game. It just maybe not want to get involved in that, and I didn't. I'm like, I have other stuff to do.
I think Pokemon made me realize that I love that tedium of grinding in RPG.
I kind of do. I kind of do too. It's just like
tranquil.
I thought Pokemon just felt unrewarding and too tedious.
Oh, I don't know. When you got a good team, man, and it works out.
Yeah, but when you lose, it feels really bad.
It feels real bad.
It feels really bad when you lose.
I mean, when you lose, that means that you got outplayed.
That's it. Really, it doesn't mean your team is bad. It's just like, hey,
did you get outplayed by that ice beam, Dre?
I knew it. I knew he was gonna bring it up. I knew he was gonna bring it up. I was sitting there. I'm like, I'm not gonna mention the ice
We
beam.
did get outplayed by it. I mean, like, yeah, of course, I'm salty about it, but like these moves have these things to happen.
That's
like it's
true.
part of the game.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
Like if Chris wasn't as good at the game, he might have picked something else. He might have been like, oh well, he's definitely not going to sit here and take this ice beam, so I should not pick ice beam. Like he didn't double Yomi himself out of it or something. He was like, nah, fuck that shit, I'm picking an ice beam. I'm gonna freeze him for 80 turns.
Well, Theo, I remember you were telling me when you were playing against, like, when you were simming against my teams. You always knew. You were like, oh no, that shit knows it's Chris's thing, because my Dark Pulse would flinch you all.
Like, okay, cool. I'm not going this 5 rounds. Great.
I'm glad I was the spectator for this and not actually involved.
Man,
72% chance to work. Everybody else, it's 10%.
72.
And this ain't XCOM 72. This is like, 72.
Well, first of all, if it was XCOM, you'd never see a number as high as 72.
Yeah,
of course not.
So it essentially was XCOM 72 because it was 100%.
Oh man,
that game felt really bad to play. Fucking XCOM, jeez.
And I wanted to do this again, and they failed me.
I did. I'll fully. I'll talk to that.
School was crazy, and I was like, I can't breed a team. I did breed a team. I ultimately did breed a team.
Well, if there's one thing we've learned over the last 25 years, is that there will always be another Pokemon somewhere down the line.
No matter what.
Yeah, as long as we get access to those Dittos sooner than later, then we'll be okay.
Right. Guys, I got legit 6 IV Dittos.
No, I got what I need to get.
Mm-hmm.
I got a team.
Not non-legit ones that we might have had before that. Like I hear you. Caught brand.
I'll show you the Battletech number. You need it.
Yeah,
I'll show it.
And I might have caught that Ditto like 82 times, but
whatever.
It's legit. That doesn't mean I didn't exploit it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a legit catch. Yeah. That's all that matters.
It's on the up and up.
That's right.
God damn it. Fucking Pokemon, right. Man. Good old Pokemon.
It sounds so dirty when you say it, though.
Good old Pokemon?
No. Legit 6
Legit 6 IV Dittos.
I mean, when you think about what they're used for, it sounds awful.
It's even worse. No, I agree. You're not wrong.
Well, there was that moment in Pokemon Showdown meta when Ditto was like the number 1 pick because Dynamax was so busted.
Damn it! I wonder what the next gimmick is gonna be.
Oh, forget it.
Don't worry, it'll be something worse.
Well, do we even talk about Breath of the Wild game?
Arceus?
Arceus?
The only thing that I could say about it is that much like that, God, I forgot that game's name. What was that game that was shown and we were all hype about it? And part of the reason we were hype about it was because it looked like really
the dragon game. I know you're talking about the Chinese dragon game that they showed at the Black.
It was Korean, not Chinese.
Oh, sorry.
Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, I did too. I should, because I haven't heard anything about it since then. So wait,
what is it? What are we talking about?
The Korean RPG looked amazing that we saw at that conference a while back.
Oh right,
the one where the wall actually broke into a billion pieces.
Yeah, that fucking game looks cool, man. Fuck, I forgot the name. That shit looked awesome though. I remember that. And
like it had like all these frame drops and everything, and it was like, oh, this shit is real.
It's real. Yeah, that's why we were excited. We're like, oh, thank God, it's a real game.
Yeah. And they showed gameplay of this Pokemon Arceus game, and I'm just like looking at it. I'm like, wow, that's like 2 frames per second.
The difference is Game Freak will be like, this 2 frames per second is okay.
They won't care. They won't fix it.
Are we gonna have draw
Right.
distance problems again too, where we get fucking springing up onyxes and shit?
They're right, by the way. The 2 frames per second is okay. People still buy it.
People still buy. I'm gonna buy it.
Yep. I thought it looked pretty cool.
It looks.
Yeah, I like what I saw.
It's actually when I remember playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and the way they handle gating you in that game, like you need certain blades to get to certain areas. I was like, this can be a really cool skeleton for a Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of looked like they're going that route a little bit. So let's see. It's what Pokemon needs to be
to stay fresh.
Yeah, if it's gonna be a $60 console game, it needs to be this.
I saw you sneaking in the grass, throwing a Pokeball at Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then having to go and pick up that ball.
That's
awesome.
That's
cool. That was kind of cool.
Literally, that sounds great. Because it's awesome. Like
it's different.
It's taking a lot of the stuff that would be obnoxious in the RPG and turning it into something that's active.
Yep.
It's kind of like, let's go, except that you don't have to like
shake a
waggle or shake or anything.
None of that nonsense. None of that bullshit.
Anytime you remove waggle controls from a game, I like it better. As long as I don't have to do dad tones or cat notes or whatever the hell it's called.
The worst.
Fucking Pokemon.
But yeah, that game is at least a year out.
Oh yeah.
They said 2022.
2022, yeah.
And I expect that to be like December 2022 and not like January 2022.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Diamond Remake is coming out late this year, so there's no way they're gonna have these two games so close to each other.
Nope.
God, I'm gonna buy it too.
Yes, Pokemon. What are you gonna do? Not buy it?
I've got Pokemon. I've got to buy it. I've got to buy.
Also, because I've never played 4th gen, so this will much like when I got Alpha Sapphire. This will be like a kind of a new experience for me. So
that game is bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
That gen is bad.
Yeah, that gen sucks.
I think the game did as well as it could do with the fact.
Yeah, I liked the game itself was okay. The map, that region sucked. It's just
8.0, too much water.
Oh my god, too much water.
It's 7.8, man.
Oh, 7.8. Sorry, I rounded up. Sorry.
Yeah, too much water in the water region.
Too much water in the water region.
It just didn't gel with the region, and the game itself is fine. It was just mechanically almost identical to X and Y, so I enjoyed that part of it. But
yeah, well, I mean, at that point, I was X and Y'd out. So
I
finished the game, and I was just kind of like, okay.
I did like the post game stuff in Alpha Side because that shit was cool. There was some wild shit.
I believe it ties into the Sun and Moon stuff.
Yeah, there was some wild shit with Mega Rayquaza and all that. Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah. They should never make Mega Rayquaza again.
Oh my god,
That's not.
Oh wait, never mind. They did. It's called the box legendary of Sword.
It was Zacian.
That dude is
Zacian's a fucking problem, man.
Big problem.
I saved Scum too until I got a fucking was it a Jolly one or another? I can't remember, but I got
really?
I got freaking Shield, so screw that.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I let Nina.
Was that there? Did I save Scum? Yes, I saved Scum for it.
Yeah. Why would you save Scum for it? You can just candy it or make it.
It was
fun. Not like you're gonna breed him.
Jolly, I don't know. I think I have him Jolly, so he's
just
a fucking
save some
problem.
BP, but I mean, you get infinite BP from home now, so what does it even matter?
Yeah, that's nice.
I logged into home and it was like, hey, you got 500 BP sitting for you. I'm like, cool.
Well, BP at the time was not available, and I had to play the Battle Tower, which was a nightmare at the time.
No, that was fun.
No, it was not.
No, it's way better than what it was before. The Battle Mason and
I love the Battle Mason in comparison.
Fuck that. You're crazy.
Battle Tower, I thought was miserable.
Them Akuma input reading motherfuckers? Hell no, man.
You deal with the same shit in the fucking Battle Tower. What are you talking about?
It feels more fair in Battle Tower.
does that.
And you know what I had? I didn't have to worry in X1 because I had a fucking Protean Greninja blowing everything away, so I didn't have to worry about shit. They could input read all they want. It didn't matter. They died.
It also had trouble with Durant for some reason.
Why? Durant's so weird. There's no evolution, right?
I don't remember what the setup was, but it really had a problem with Durant.
Durant's a weird one.
Yeah, dude. Protean Greninja was just blasting everything. Nothing to worry about.
Now it's too smart. So, like...
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get Protean Cinderace or whatever the fuck its ability is. That's the same thing. Which I haven't made yet, which is another reason why I want to turn on Sword and Shield.
It's still smart.
That's fine.
Not gonna get fooled by it.
Well, I mean, it's just there's a difference with like move pool wise of a default fire type versus a fucking dark water type with a hilariously large move pool.
Move pool was stupid.
Stupid.
That guy's
so stupid. Get stabbed on everything. God damn. I have 2 shinies of that little motherfucker. Maybe 3. I have 3 shinies of him.
Okay. Stop it. You're being Theo right now.
No, I think I only have 2. Oh, I do. I might have 3. Because the first one I bred, he wasn't Protean, and he only had 4 IVs. The second one, which took me a while, was Timid. And I think I managed to get a naive one later, too. So... What? What do you want from me, man? I played that game a lot. Shut up.
We know.
You done flexing?
Yeah, I'm done.
You done flexing.
Cool.
I'll be real excited when I can eventually use him again. That'd be cool. I mean, he's just a shiny trophy in whatever fucking holding facility he's going to be.
You're gonna drop him into some. You're gonna be in some Pokemon tournament. You're gonna drop your shiny Greninja in like the fucking Fakumram trailer in Tekken 7.
Mm-hmm.
He's all like locked up and that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Your shiny Greninja can stay in its box.
Yes.
He'll come around one day. Don't worry.
I would appreciate that. Actually.
No, don't worry. He's going to come around. And then he's going to be on a team with Cinderace, and you guys are going to be miserable.
Protean away from him.
They just nerf Protean. They'll be like, this ability is too good.
It shouldn't exist. It should not exist. Like I don't even play this game. It should not. That ability should not exist.
No, that ability is dumb. Like I'm never going to pretend it's not stupid. It's nuts. Like it was nutty.
The problem is that it's not like it was invented with Greninja. It existed before it. It's just that the one thing that had it was so garbage nobody used it.
Yeah.
And his move pool was stupid. He's like, wait.
Yeah, and Greninja's move pool was bonkers.
Yeah, we'll just put it on. We'll put it on a water starter, so it has good base stats, and it's a water starter.
And they made him fast. He's the fastest Pokemon. So it's like, we're gonna make him really fast, high special, like not like the highest special attack, but high enough that he's a fucking problem.
With all the Pokemon, you're gonna get like a perfect storm of bullshit in one.
It's gonna happen. It happened with like, I never understood Speed Boost. Like everything about that move is broken.
Mm-hmm.
So let's give it to one of our starters as like a hidden ability. Like Speed Boost is dumb. That's a dumb ability.
Let's give it to the fastest.
Like that fucking chicken was such a problem, man.
Yeah. Did they have Trick Room in that gen or no?
What happened?
Did they have Trick Room in that gen or no?
In Gen 3? Yeah. I don't remember. I can't remember. I have a shiny one of him too.
I thought you said you were done flexing.
I'm never done flexing.
He literally winked at the camera and said he was not.
Well, Dre, you have the power to end this, so it's on you.
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me to end it?
I didn't say that. Did I say that? I didn't say that.
Joe, didn't you?
No.
Because Joe already tells me what to do.
Joe wanted to get more Pokemon.
Since when? Since when? What's the last thing I told you to do? What's the last thing? Go on. Didn't Chris start this episode telling you what to do?
I did
not me, Chris.
And then he negated it and said he's gonna just go first.
Right. So what are you telling me? You have your own agency. You proved at the start of this episode. So why don't you carry on with it? sir.
Are you telling me what to do?
No, I'm suggesting to you.
You just said you should just carry on.
Yes,
That sounds like a demand to
I'm
me.
suggesting you invoke the authority which you.
You stop trying to reverse psychology me. This episode's going on for another 5 minutes.
Let's go. Let's go.
When Pokemon is brought up,
Chris,
Because
tell us more about your shiny Greninja.
I have to go through all of these socials. On Twitter, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. There's so many. This stuff.
You're on the internet. Andre has lost the ability to think.
We're on the internet.
Yeah.
We are everywhere.
Yep.
I'm tired and in pain.
Mm-hmm. Good combination.
So
Middle-aged.
That's the official old person combination.
things hurt for no reason.
Mm-hmm. You just wake up, your knee hurts.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know why my knee hurts. I don't know why anything else hurts. Don't know.
Oh man.
So it's just your knee and your arm.
Well, you know, it's my back sometimes too.
Is anything on your face?
his face.
Sometimes it's my entire head.
Mm.
You know,
It's killing me too.
my foot. No idea what I did to my foot. Just
Just walked. You just got up out of bed. Like,
yeah,
well,
I got up out of bed. My foot's like, screw you.
Well, that was a mistake.
Why would you do that to me?
Learn my lesson. Don't fucking teach me to walk.
It's all good, you know.
Oh god.
I guess it's normal or something.
It is.
Or something.
It is.
Or something. It's okay, Dre. It's gonna be all right.
Should somebody else end it? You want me to finish, Trey?
Well, I really appreciate Dre giving me an easy screen cap. So
should we go?
Maybe wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Should I do it?
nah, let him do it. He'll come back.
No, he's out. He just fell asleep.
He just fell asleep. His hands are very comfortable.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You don't know true comfort until you've fallen asleep with your head in your hands like that.
Yep.
Comfort is not the word I think I'd use.
Join us for our 200th episode at some point.
Yeah. Coming up next, this is episode 199. So the next one will be episode 200. Andre is just thrilled about it.
What? You guys stepped all over each other.
Yeah. See, we're in good shape for 200. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're ready for it. We're not talking over each other at all. Dre's over there waiting for us to end the episode. But he's the one that wanted us to go another 5 minutes. So we're going to give him what he wants. God damn it. He asked for 5 more minutes, and by God, we're going to give him 5 more minutes.
I think we almost made it. I think we're almost there.
Yeah?
Are we?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Were you counting? I wasn't. 5 minutes from now, then.
What is this, Namek? We can't be doing shit like that, man. Do you know what a minute is? I don't think you do.
Episode 200 is coming up next.
You
can see this guy is really thrilled about it.
Yeah, Dre's super excited.
Yep.
You can tell.
Absolutely. It's the only thing he can think about. It's the most important thing in his life.
Yep, not his kid.
Yep.
That's crazy talk.
He said what he said.
Let's put the man out of his misery. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay. You want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Fine. 4205 cast off.